What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for joining us. This is Miguel Antonio Barragan, aka Fight Fiend Migs, joined as always by my co-host Andrew. Don't get it twisted, Lapashe, and this is the Mad Boxing Show, or Mad Boxing for short. Thank you so much for joining us on this scorcher of a Wednesday afternoon slash evening here in North Las Vegas. I'm on the north side of town. A whopping 1:08 it is today, y'all. So you best believe I'm closing the hell out of my curtains and my blinds because unfortunately my room is actually facing the side that the sun goes down in, rising the east, sets in the west, right? So that's pretty much where it's facing, and my room gets friggin' smoking in the evening when I'm recording this show. So I make sure that I'm gonna do the old school and put the aluminum foil on the windows. 108 it reached today, but
Damn.
we appreciate you guys. Yeah, we appreciate you guys stopping by on this Wednesday that we got plenty to talk about because this weekend, oh boy, are there a lot of fights this weekend. Not some to write home about, but definitely something, of course, to talk about because the zone has quite the stacked schedule this weekend. That's what we're going to be talking about primarily, of course. We got two big fights this weekend. Kristian Prenga taking on Anthony Joshua. I guess I should have said the other way around, but anyway, it's Anthony Joshua's tune-up fight, warm-up fight. As long as he gets past Kristian Prenga, we got ourselves Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury later on this year. So that's an important one. Of course, we're going to have to get past Kristian Prenga. That's going to be one of the fights that we're going to be talking about, and a couple of fights on the other card. Not too bad. And of course, Tszyu taking on Errol Spence. That is also going to be taking place on DAZN pay-per-view. Both these fights are on pay-per-view. We're going to be talking about my feelings towards both these fights being on pay-per-view, as it's a very common sentiment amongst the internet boxing fan community that these fights don't belong on pay-per-view, but we're going to be talking about how exactly you get to watch them because they're different times, right? One is in Saudi Arabia, one is in Australia. So we're going to be talking about the start times and fight odds, even if you want to throw some money on any of these fights. And of course, their start times, undercard, and the specific dates, of course. So and throw in our predictions, of course. We kind of know who's going to win, right? This is kind of a gimme fight, right? This is kind of, if you want to borrow Andrew's quote here, this is kind of one of those get these over with already fights. So we're going to be talking about that and throwing in our predictions. If you guys have been keeping up with the Ring Magazine's YouTube channel, we had a face-off, Mr. Versace podcast, Rick Reno. I don't know how he's, I mean, I guess that's the brand that he wears, right? That's why he calls himself Mr. Versace, but it seems weird that he was in another man's last name on himself. But Rick Reno is the face-off guy. His podcast, episode 30, has got Ryan Garcia and Conor Benn yet again bickering at one another. It's not exactly a press conference, but in a way, it's kind of round two before the fight even gets crack-a-lack. And we're going to be talking about things that were said during that specific face-off, and I guess throw in our 2 cents as to who we think won round two after their first press conference that we believe Conor Benn won. So going into round two, we have Conor Benn up 10-9, but we'll talk about their this episode here. And then Jai Opetaia decides he is going to sue the IBF. Oh my lord. We've talked about this on previous shows. I believe the Sunday show, he will be on the undercard of Ryan Garcia and Conor Benn that will be fighting for the WBC welterweight championship. Supposedly sanctioning bodies are not going to be a thing in the Zuffa world, and that's pretty much what happened to Jai Opetaia, and he fell victim to that because the IBF has stripped him of the championship belt, the cruiserweight championship. He's still the Ring Magazine champ. He's still the lineal champ, but he's going to take him to court to see if he can get that belt back. Oh boy. It looks as though we might have gotten a solid date for Canelo versus Mbilli. It looks like they are set for the 31st of October. Yes, that is Halloween. And yes, that does land on a Saturday. Worry not, my friends, but this is going to be in the morning. So it isn't going to interfere with your Saturday Halloween evening events, whatever plans you guys have for that day. We're going to be talking about that. And I wonder if there's going to be any special anything. I mean, it's going to be in Saudi Arabia. So do the Arabians, do the Saudis, do they celebrate Halloween? I don't think they do, but figured I'd throw that in there.
Absolutely no.
Right. And then in the last show, we were talking about Diego Pacheco and his future opponents, possible opponents after his victory this past Saturday. Well, it turns out that two of those possible opponents might be facing one another. Beck the Bully and Jaime Munguia. It sounds as though there are already talks of this potential fight. From what I'm hearing, it looks like Beck the Bully had been the mandatory challenger for a hot minute, even since Resendiz had the belt. But I guess it's finally his turn to get a crack at Munguia. And I suppose Pacheco might just sit back and see who wins from that one. But we're going to be talking about that, of course. Okay, before we get into all the hot topics, as always, a quick word from our channel sponsor, Health E Sol or Health Y Sol. Make sure to give them, check them out. They are tallow-based company, tallow-based soaps and other products, but soaps, of course, in particular, body soaps. If you happen to find anything you like on their site and you want to give it a try, make sure to use the code MADBoxing10 at checkout and get 10% off of your purchase, or follow the affiliate link that's going to be in the description of this video and get the same 10% off. As always, lavender patchouli is my favorite, so make sure to give them a try. Once more, Health Isol, Health Ysol. They also have, I want to say, sunblock, so make sure to give them a try. They got a lot of little interesting tallow-based products there. So once more, Health Isol or Health Ysol. Alrighty, so we're gonna get crack-a-lackin' with Mr. Versace and his face-off podcast. I'm going to call it Mr. Versace podcast. Always seems weird when you use another man's last name, but nonetheless, that is his brand, I suppose, right? Because that's what he tends to wear often. One of the most strangely dressed men out there, Rick Reno. He's got this episode 30 on the Ring Magazine YouTube channel. And this time he had Ryan Garcia and Conor Benn bickering at one another, so much so that if you guys notice, if you guys watch this particular episode, there are two security guards in the background. I mean, frankly, I'm not even sure they're security guards, but they sure look like it. They look like bouncers dressed in all black back there being serious and essentially making sure that nothing gets out of hand because, God forbid, Mr. Versace's shirt gets ripped or wrinkled during the episode. But these guys went back and forth, Ryan Garcia and Conor Benn. We kind of considering this round two. Round one was the press conference, and some of the stuff that these guys said to each other. I don't know if there's a winner in this particular round, but we're gonna have to force it on somebody. Andrew, let me go ahead and bring you into this show here. Boy, some of the things that these guys were saying to one another. I'm not sure if there were insults or flexes or I don't know what the hell was going on with some of the stuff they were saying, but it was definitely very bizarre, some of the things that they were spewing back at one another.
Yeah, no. What's up, dude? Definitely bizarre. You're talking about the nut sack.
Yes,
argument,
in particular,
right?
Yes.
The nuts, yeah. You know, I almost turned it off on that one. They were lucky that was, you know, we're getting close to the end there. When they started with it was like they ran out of shit to say, you know. How did they get into that? He said something like, oh yeah, you're a rich kid, which I didn't know that about Benn. Obviously his dad did well, right, in boxing, but so Benn knows Spanish because his father, after he retired, moves to Spain. So I guess what did they say? His mansion, he lived in a villa that overlooked the ocean. What?
Well, okay, hold on. But is the currency different? Like, I mean, rich boy for over there, but rich boy from over here, is it the same? I don't think it's the same. It doesn't
matter. No? He definitely doesn't come from the ghetto.
Okay. All right, that makes sense.
A villa is a villa. I've never seen a villa that was not one I wanted not live in. You know what I'm saying? They all look beautiful to me. So if that's his childhood, what a great childhood his dad had for him. He has a lot of anger, right? For a guy that's coming in out of a. So that's what he told him though. So Ryan goes, "You're a rich kid," and he goes, "No, I come from my dad's nuts." And he goes, "I come from my dad's nuts."
It's like, my dad suffered, so that means I suffered because I came from his ball sack.
And then he tells him, your dad ain't shit or some. Oh my God, it just got so childish up there. It really did. But what I wanted to see had already happened. Miguel, I'm telling you, he's giving us the Rolly Romero act all over again. And I don't know why Ryan's doing it. Because after Rolly Romero, when he comes back against Barrios, he's like, oh, I was way too laid back. I had too much confidence. You know, I didn't get up for the fight. I just didn't get up for it because, you know, I was going to beat him and blah, 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 right? Why is he so laid back? Yeah, he did look like maybe possibly a hangover, you know, from the World Cup or whatever. But, bro, we've seen this act from you before where you're just up here and everyone else is down here. You know what I mean? Hell, it gave me Keith Thurman vibes. Really did. I was waiting for him.
You mentioned that, but what exactly do you mean by that? Like, what precisely is it a characteristic of Keith Thurman?
They win one title, and all of a sudden they're like legends of the sport. And, you know, when me and Sugar Ray Robinson at the very end, when you put me up against Sugar Ray, you know, stuff. It's just that kind of attitude. You know what I mean? Like Keith Thurman used to be like, you know, I've done all I wanted. You know, it was like, bro, what the fuck? Did this guy just win his title and he's already checking out mentally? And maybe he was right because he kind of does check out mentally. You know what I mean? So maybe that is all he wanted. But I'm just saying Ryan has that same kind of approach. But we've seen this before, and it wasn't a good performance from him. I didn't like his body language, how laid back how he is, how he acts like he has nothing to worry about. Bro, you have a lot to worry about. We've seen, you know, everybody's watched your fights. You know what I mean? Even Barrios had moments when he actually let his hands go. You did the stupid Ryan Shell shit that day too. You know, so it's oh, and then what about the game plan? All it takes is one. Oh, what did I tell you guys last week? He better not turn into that. Here comes a left hook. Here comes and what's he telling him? In the thing, only going to take one shot. We've seen that. It's
like it doesn't matter how tough you are. It's just one shot, and boom, you're out. Boom, you're out. It's like you're gonna think, dude, you couldn't do that to fucking Barrios, who barely let his hands go. Yeah, you dropped him, sure, I'll say that, but you couldn't finish the job. Shit, even on the juice, you couldn't finish fucking Devin Haney.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, bro. Well, you know, and he's got knockouts on his record. Obviously, he does, right? But when he fights more elite guys, that doesn't happen. So I don't know. It definitely sounds like he's super confident, thinking that one punch is going to do it against Conor Benn.
Yeah, no, and that's just a bad game plan. It's a terrible game plan, dude. It's something we were talked about. I don't, you know, look, it's early in this. Conor Benn, I got to watch his fights over. He's going to be aggressive. What we need to know is if he's going to move his head off the line as he comes in. Because if he's just going to come straight at Ryan and think it's going to be all balls, all I need to do is get to him and I'm going to beat him, that left hand will land. If your head is there, it's going to be there. You got to have some kind of still approach, right? Sure. To try to get in under that left hook. So that's what I'm really, when I watch back the Pro Gray and probably the Eubank rematch of the two fights, his two latest fights, I'm going to rewatch those to see really how he's getting on the inside, really break that down, because that's the whole ball game in this fight. Ryan is left hook heavy. Does Conor bring anything else but aggression? I love aggression, but you can't just walk right into the fire.
Yeah. I'm looking up their heights right now because one thing that I remember, at least, I mean, I know this is a bit of a weird example just because of the height difference, but Gervonta Tank Davis was able to get underneath a lot of those fucking left hooks, especially with Ryan that was like one-dimensional there, going for that left hook a gazillion times and missing it, right? Granted, Ben is a little bit taller than that, and then I don't think he's a southpaw either, but maybe his height will allow him, because I think he was roughly the same height as Regis. So to get under that hook or something like that, I would have to think that it's a little bit easier when the guy's taller than you, right? I'm not sure how much taller Ryan Garcia is, but let me see if I can find it here real quick. 5'9". Oh shit, it's barely an inch. Never mind. Fuck. I was thinking like it was much more of a difference. At least if the weights what Wikipedia is showing are accurate, then it's only a 1 inch difference.
Yeah, and really, it still doesn't matter. It's about his reflexes, his approach, right? If he's gunning for the left hook, he can get under it if he knows it's coming, which everyone in the building knows it's coming. It's about, did you plan on getting by it, or are you walking through it? Because if you're going to try to walk through it, Ryan probably knocks him out under 5 rounds. Just kidding. Just like what Ryan said. No, right. It'll be a very difficult fight for Conor. And the Conor that I remember, remember, I had Pitbull Cruz giving Ryan a hard fight if they were to ever get down, because I like how Pitbull can get on the inside. He knows combinations. He kills, he's an inside fighter. Ryan starts doing that stupid Ryan Shell shit to a guy like Pitbull Cruz, it's fucking game over. You know what I'm saying? He's going to tax you. If he doesn't break you down, he's just going to outpoint you. You know what I mean? It'll be Castillo fucking Mayweather 1 all over again with the correct scorecards. You get what I'm saying? Much easier decision, though, because not the great defense. Not as great as defense coming from Ryan as Floyd had. So much easier to score. But that's the kind of fight that I see. Pitbull has that height that you're talking about, so he knows how to get in on the inside. He works that to his advantage, right? We need to see if Conor does that. And like the Conor that I remember is just balls of the walls kind of guy, and that's what I need to decide if I'm gonna bet on fucking Conor's balls of the walls. Remember, I didn't bet with Fernando. I went with the better boxer on that night, De La Hoya Vargas I'm talking about. So I don't know which way I will lean on this one. If I see that Conor Benn is a freaking jab and just fucking go behind the jab and try to get on the inside, no, he's going to get check left hook, dude. He's got to bring something else. He's got to bring a different approach to this. So that is what we're looking for in the next few months before this fight. But yeah, Ryan's attitude, I don't know. It just seems weird. It's kind of annoying. Kind of like, like that varsity quarterback kind of feel. Hasn't done shit, but still thinks he's hella hard because he's the varsity quarterback, And it's like, bro, like, I don't know. We will see. Then telling him he'll knock him out right there and all that. Damn well you won't. Damn well you won't.
No, he won't. Of course.
And I don't know. I don't know why Benn didn't jump. You play the role. You play it all the way. You don't have to swing. You don't have to swing, but you could jump up, right?
Well, swinging would be playing the role all the way, wouldn't it? I mean, like, what? Because he'll be basically like just fainting at this point. Be like, what, bro? Like, I mean, it's gonna be Barrera Morales too, and start swinging in fucking suits and this shit. If we do go all the way, at least with his temperament, because even on the shit, right? Ryan was kind of saying like, yeah, you get riled up easily, right? And it's just like, oh shit, he's starting to like trigger Conor a little bit, right? And to some degree, it looked like it because Conor has that aura about him. He's got that chip on his shoulder. I want to be bigger than my pops. I'm going to be bigger than my pops kind of thing. So anytime anybody triggers him lightly, he tends to get kind of like lose his shit. He's older now, so he's able to kind of put a tighter lid on it. But you can tell like the stuff that Ryan was saying was getting to him, It's like, oh, damn it. He's getting in his head. Oh, shit. Here we go. Because, I mean, round 1, we've called it. We said it was Conor Benn because of the things that he said. But this one seemed a little more even. I don't know if I would say it's a 10-10. I guess we can get to that in a little bit. But it looked as though the things that Ryan was saying was able to trigger Conor a little easier.
Yeah, and I definitely thought Conor left a lot on the table too. Look, he went after the Spanish thing again. That's great, but we don't want to go to the well too many times with that. I really thought he did not put enough into the losses. He did not they're not putting anything into the failed drug tests.
Well, I don't think they're gonna, because I mean, like, they kind of each have that on their side, so it's almost like, I can't talk about this motherfucker's drug test on mine.
Connor's was very early in his career, right? Where Ryan's biggest win to date is a dirty one. So I would kind of lean on that a little.
I wonder if he can get Ryan to like admit it accidentally, I did it mine, and almost as if he can get Ryan riled up, Ryan will be like, well, at least I did it on the biggest fight of my fucking life and not just some random ass fight. Like, oh, so you did it deliberately then. I wonder if he can kind of get him to out of the shrubs a little bit with that one. But yeah.
I would also lean a little bit on the not rematching the two guys that have beaten him. You come over here with this attitude like you're some fucking hot shot. You got two guys that have beaten you, and you ain't saying you haven't done anything to get back on any of those. You know, you act like Gervonta Davis is your dad. You act like you guys are brothers or something. You know what I mean? It's hella weird how he acts with Davis all of a sudden. And then with Raleigh, you want no part of that. You got a dirty test with Haney. You want no part of, like, sucker shit. It's all suck, but you sit here acting hella hard right now in front of me. Oh, yeah, I would have been all over his shit. Not, and listen, you don't fucking punch a guy with glasses when you're trying to make 20 million. So no punching, dude.
Right,
Canelo. Yes. Thank you. Yes, Canelo taught us no punching with fucking glasses. He almost ruined everything, Miguel.
Although he did open hand strike that shit, so he's like, all right, I'll show you I'm hard, and I'll fucking throw hands, but I'll do a soft one here. I won't actually, like, you know, crack sunglasses lens into your fucking retina and possibly ruin the whole damn fight. But I wonder if that was also another reason why Ryan wore glasses, besides maybe hungover as a motherfucker and didn't want to see, you know, didn't want us to look at the bags under his eyes. But it seemed kind of funny. I was listening to it while I went to the gym, you know, because I can, you know, focus on the, you know, that while I'm doing it. Ryan throws in this insult, sort of, kind of, about Conor fighting at middleweight and then somehow becoming like the mandatory at 147. And he's like, says it is like, well, you're going to fight middleweight and then, you know, come down. That's
Oh, come on. I was hoping he'd unfreeze. Miguel, you're frozen. Give him a few minutes here. He might come back, you guys. If not, he'll hang up and he'll call back in. I know where he was going with that one, too. Ah, damn internet. There's something. I heard you. There you go. All right, there you go.
Holy hell. I don't know what the fuck's going on with this shit. But where did I leave off? Yes.
You were saying when he was clowning him about going to middleweight, coming back and getting a title shot.
Yeah. Knowing damn well that, you know, you, Ryan, get one victory at 143 against Duarte, no wins at 147, and miraculously he's, you know, number one, gets a shot at Raleigh for the WBA belt, doesn't fucking make it happen, and then the WBC puts him in there against Barrios. Like, bro, I don't think you really have room to talk about how that doesn't make sense, knowing very well that you're coming off a freaking loss and they still give you a title shot and the WBC on top of that. So that one, I kind of wished that Conor would have jumped on that one. I think he would have been like, bro, don't even fucking, they're giving you two title shots. You fucked up the first one and now you couldn't get it done the first time. I would have wanted him to jump on that, but again, kind of back to your point, he just left a lot on the table that he could have used, a lot of ammo that he could have used.
Yeah, that's a perfect example of another one he missed there, and that's a huge one too. You would think that's a very good point that he could have thrown right back at Ryan, just shut down just killed his whole little character right there. You know what I mean? He really did. He really did act like he was controlling that room. I don't know if that's a win for him or not, or if it just makes Ben just hate you even more. Don't know which one's better, you know. But I definitely don't like this Ryan Garcia. Not that I want the crazy one, the drinking and not knowing if he's on drugs, but this laid back one. He really laid an egg with Romero and then tried to blame it on the fact that he did not have any desire or motivation to fight Romero. Was that the same thing that's happening with Conor Benn? You better start acting motivated, because I don't want to hear that same bullshit over if you lose another 12-round fight.
Yeah. You get the belt and then you lose it on your very next title defense, right? The very next one. And what are you going to say to that, right? What would you say to that? And this one, I was, huh?
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, well, I was just gonna throw in. Who do you think wins this one? Who do you think wins this round? I was kind of leaning towards Ryan, honestly, just because of how easily he was able to get under Conor's skin. Which, that's kind of the point of some of these interviews and these face-offs and these press conferences, is that this is your opportunity not just to sell the fight, but also to get under your opponent's skin, to get into their heads, so they come into the fight a little, distracted. It looked as though Ryan got that done here. He was the one, and it could have just been that, maybe false bravado, that attitude that you're talking about, the very laid back, maybe some stuff that Conor did say did get under his skin, but he didn't actually react to it. It looked as though, I want to say Ryan might have gotten this one just because of how much he was able to get under Conor's skin. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I would agree. I agree with you that Ryan might have, no, not might. He did win this round of head games, because he was able to get Conor to show emotion when he didn't. It's just how do you read into the Ryan not showing emotion? Is it lack of motivation? Is it confidence? Where is that coming from? All the history that we have on Ryan, it was lack of motivation last time. So he needs to somehow get motivated. And I guess if I'm Conor Benn, maybe try not to get him that motivated. I think Ryan's really easy to break, though. Conor needs to press a little bit more on the next. If they do another face-off, another presser, he should come after Ryan a little bit more, though, because Ryan has an ego trip also. He has a little facade that he needs to keep up about how cool he is and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Start going after him a little bit harder. If I was Conor, probably couldn't hurt anyways either. During the fight, do you want a boxing Garcia or a Garcia to match fire with fire? It might be you want him to match fire with fire, right? Get on the inside a little bit easier than Ryan sitting on the outside and trying to set up a trap to get that left hook going. Instead, you want him to be like, yeah, come on, fucking bring it. And then you guys just meet and collide, So yeah, there's a lot of they might have got in my head a little. I don't know which way to go.
Yeah, no, yeah, I've gone back and forth. I mean, and we're not. This isn't the prediction show, but we're going to definitely have another one as the time approaches. But like, I've gone back and forth. I was thinking, oh shit, you know what? Maybe the weight is a thing. Maybe like coming back down to 147. And I was like, hold on. So he's fought at 160. So maybe he's the bigger, fucking stronger dude. Maybe he can. Ryan is looks to be big, right? You can see it in his shoulders, but you might not be able to muscle him around. Like, oh shit, maybe the having fought at 160 or whatever. Will help Conor here and be like, yo, you can't muscle me around, homie. Like, I fucking muscled around with guys at 160. So I've gone back and forth. This one, I might have to like slight lead to Ryan on this round here. So I might say, was it 19-19 going into this so far after 2 rounds, right? We'll see how it goes from here, but I certainly I don't know. Maybe Conor took this round off. Maybe that's what he did, because like you said, we left a lot. He left a lot on the table that he could have used as ammo, and he didn't. Maybe he's like, all right, this is a feeling out round for me. We'll see how that goes. But we are still a month and a half away, so maybe we're gonna get some more between now and then, because we're already seeing Conor Benn's social media, right? When he's like walking on the treadmill talking in Spanish, that's just tight. That is fucking cool. I don't give a fuck if that's his tight. Yeah, he might have been living in Spain, and it was kind of funny. I noticed the way he spoke Spanish, and I didn't know what you said about him actually living in Spain, but I hear it now. Now I'm like, oh shit, that does kind of like those Spanish dudes have like the like really, really deeply. And when he talks, I'm like, oh shit. I'm putting the pieces of the puzzle together now, because it sounds like it's that type of Spanish.
Yeah. One thing. One thing I haven't seen Ryan do since winning the title. Pump up his religion that much anymore.
No, I guess not, huh? Yeah.
Guess you don't need religion when you're on top, huh?
He just needs it on the way up. Once he's up there, he's like, all right. No, boy.
Yeah. They're watching. Everybody's watching, Ryan.
It doesn't help that your glasses make you look like a fucking cult leader. And like, I'm sure. And you know what's kind of funny? You're talking about that attitude that he has, that persona, right? With the sunglasses. This is kind of a funny off story, but the very popular Canadian wrestler Bret Hart, back in the day when he was first starting, his mic skills were crap. Like, they were really crap, and they kind of always been, but they got better towards later on in his career. But anyway, point is, he always felt weird looking into the camera and, like, saying the promos or whatever. So somebody suggested putting sunglasses on. So he wore sunglasses for a hot minute, and that sort of gave him a little bit more confidence, almost like he's wearing a mask. And that kind of helped his promo skills a little bit when he's got the glasses on. And then that became part of his shtick, those glasses that he would go to give fans, stuff like that. But anyway, it just seems kind of funny that Ryan has this particular attitude and he happened to have the sunglasses on. It could be just coincidence, but maybe it's just him, like, all right, it's almost like a Sylvester Stallone turning the hat backwards kind of thing, right? I don't know what the fuck it is, but false, but definitely weird looking with that fucking glasses indoors on top of that too. Yeah, because I just remember that. Yeah, they're inside, so the fucker didn't need glasses while he was inside, crying out loud. All right. Anything else we want to add to that before we move on to the next topic?
Actually, could have said something about trying to hide the bitch behind them glasses too. Yeah, he left a lot.
Yes.
Yeah,
Be like, no, take your fucking glasses off. Take your glasses off. Yeah. Oh, dude, Conor, I know you're listening. Conor, yeah, and you know what? Go ahead and add that, but in Spanish. Why not? Why not? Be like, do you know what the fuck I'm telling you? Do you know what I'm telling you right now, homie? I'm telling you to take off your glasses in case you don't know, so you can look at me eyes to eyes. Oh boy, Conor, I know you're listening. Please take some notes. We appreciate it. We always a shout out on the show. I always appreciate that as well, of course. All right, so moving on to the next topic. This one is going to be one of the few fights taking place this Saturday. Yes, this Saturday we got a couple of fights going on. Primarily from Australia, Tszyu taking on Errol Spence Jr. Boy, this one has been quite a strange one. Leading up to Spence and Tszyu, there was some issues with his with visa and of course, and after a little bit, it turns out home dude actually made it, which is kind of crazy. As I understand it, he was kind of like MIA for a little bit too, like people weren't sure where the hell he was at until he finally lands in Australia, and to a warm welcome of whatever, I'm not even entirely sure what that is. Andrew, if you saw like the clip of him arriving in Australia, it sort of looked like that Samoan, I know it's not that, but like the dance, right, that they were doing. They had a whole ass ceremony, whatever indigenous people of Australia, whatever, they did that. Do you know what that's called? I don't even know what the fuck it's called for them specifically.
No, I don't know what it's called, Miguel.
Am I cut off here?
Yeah, you're pretty bad, but no, I don't know what the dance is called, but I did see them doing the little ceremony when Spence got there. Yes.
Okay, I think I'm back. All right. Yeah. Oh, geez. It's going to be one of those damn shows. But yeah, I don't know what it's called either. But I figured I'd ask you. But Errol Spence made it to Australia with a warm welcome. And it looks as though he's not in the best of moods. This is kind of a strange Errol Spence. If you guys have been following along, this has been a very different attitude that I've seen from him. He seems very like nonplussed about it, just kind of like going through the motions kind of thing. Some of the smack talk between both Tszyu and Errol Spence have been pretty crazy. Like these dudes, I mean, I'm sure part of this is to sell the fight, but boy, oh boy, does this sound like some of the crazy talk, the trash talk between them is kind of deep. Like it's pretty damn serious. Seeing at least from talking about Spence in particular, not wanting to shake Tszyu's hand, right? And saying, yeah, I ain't gonna, just flat out saying it, like, I'm not gonna shake her hand, fuck out of here. And then like, I won't even shake her hand after the fight either. Like, damn. All right, cool. Not to say that Tim is innocent himself, right? Because he probably threw the first stone by saying, yeah, I'm coming after that retina. Oh, damn. Okay. Like, I'm making sure your ass leaves that ring one less eye, one less functioning eye. So I'm sure that didn't exactly land well on Spence. But even this thing with the weight, right? 154, no, 158, no, now 160. I'm hearing things even from Sergio Mora thinking that, yeah, this kind of looks like Spence is just phoning it in, really. It's just like, I'm here for the paycheck, just kind of going through the motion one last time. Maybe, Andrew, one of these Keith Thurman, like, yeah, Al Heyman owed me a fight still. He owed me a favor, and this is what's going on. So, yeah, maybe Al Heyman still owes Spence one more fight, and Spence doesn't give two flying fucks. Rather, he wins or loses, is going to show up and basically put on whatever show he can. I've even read, oh man, some of these Australian reporters saying that Spence sounds punch drunk. I don't see it. I know that's just the way he talks. I thought there was anything. I don't see anything different from the times that he's spoken on camera before. I don't know. You know, maybe that's just how he is. I don't know what some of these guys are talking about specifically. But Andrew, is this not a different Errol Spence that we've seen before? It seems as though he's just. I don't know. I don't know if it's an attitude of just like, I'm just going through emotions. I'm here, whatever. Or like showing his true colors and showing people how much of a jerk he can be.
No, I'm not gonna say he's showing people how much of a jerk he can be. I do think there is possibility that he is not there for a win this Saturday. Look, I don't want to go off of my bet though.
All right.
Hey, I still see Tszyu's head, man, and it still don't move off the line. You know, listen, you guys, this could very well be a rock'em sock'em. First guy lands is going to be the guy who wins this fight. He might do it on some Jedi shit. This might be on some memory shit, dude. Like, well, he's right there. Yeah, just throw your hands. Hit the one in the middle. Bop, 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 right? And just starts letting it go. Just let your hands go like you did when you're first started this fucking thing. Because Tszyu's going to be there. He doesn't go anywhere else. He's coming right at you. His head is coming right at you. It's his jab. It's his right. And he's looking at you right after. There's no movement, man. So I'm fucking not getting off my bet, Miguel. I know I want to. I want to go with everyone else and go, this is going to be slaughter. I heard lamb to the slaughterhouse, or, you know, just every kind of thing. He's selling it in, packing it in, retirement check. Something tells me they still watch that tape and go, motherfucker, don't move his head. All you really got to do is throw your punches. Do you really got to see him?
Well, I guess not, right? I mean, it's like swing in front of you and you'll land somewhere, right? I mean, that's we would hope that Tim Tszyu comes in with some different, you know, like maybe, I don't know, like, okay, his eye is fucked up. Let me just scoot over to a little bit to that side of the eye, you know, maybe, I'm hoping, right? If some sort of movement to that degree, Tim, if you listen.
Keep moving your lips. Trying to stay in front of him.
Exactly. Like, I mean, it seems like what you would do when the guy, you know, when he has an eye that's fucked up and it's swollen, you fucking go into that direction, homie. That's kind of the way it goes. I mean, it's what we were talking about last week of, like, you know, this is not, you know, this is her business, bro. He's hurt. You go in there and you fucking finish him. Oh yeah. It was Max Holloway and Conor Benn. I mean, Conor McGregor on the ground, right? It's like, no, dude. You go in there for the fucking kill. He signed the fucking contract. That ain't your bad. You're there prepared.
Now, I will say, let me say though, at least Max Holloway didn't go into the fight going, I'm gonna break this guy's leg or whatever injury he just had. It's been like, I'm gonna go for that. I thought it was kind of weak. I know I just said that about I want Max to take him out, but I was like, damn, that was kind of low. You're gonna go for his pupil? Like, what the fuck, dude? You know, almost seeming like you're Did you want to fight him because you knew you had an advantage and you desperately need a win? He's like, let's go after the blind guy. Does that guy still fight? Call L.
Yeah. It's like, which eye is it that's messed up? Okay, I can lean on that direction. Yeah, like, no, Tim. Head movement at all times, not just against him. Like, no, I'll be fine.
You know, to put Tszyu on the spot, someone should ask him, how blind do you think he is? Do you guys know something that we don't know? You know what I mean? Just to put him on the spot a little, like, damn, dude, you're really fucking, are you really saying that right now? You're fighting a blind guy? Right. How much credit you're in? And don't lose. And don't fucking lose. Oh,
I was just gonna say that. Can you imagine if he does, if he goes in there and he gets and look, even if it's like if it's a decision, okay. But if he gets clocked and knocked the fuck out by a one-eyed fighter, I mean, if I was Spence, I would even, you know, make it even funnier and come into the ring with an eye patch like a fucking pirate or something, just because, like, all right, time to take it off and let's get it crack-a-lacking. But yeah, so you're still stuck on Spence. You think Spence will still be able to get it done?
I'm American.
That's true. That is true. Yeah.
We're the best boxers in the world. They're the best boxers in the world, bro. And fucking the young man doesn't move his head off the line. I just got to think that Spence and them looking at the tape of Tszyu at least know that they have that going for them. And that's not gunning after someone's injury, Tszyu. Mm-hmm. That's going after your flaw, something you've never taken care of. What you said was basically you're going after the dude because he can't see out of one eye. You know, there's a big difference there. And if I was Spence, I probably don't want to shake your hand anymore either. If that's really why you're trying to fight me, is to fucking blind me permanently, or, you know, just the way he said it. It's like, you know what? Fuck you and yours. You know what I mean? Where's your dad? That's what Spence should tell him. Where's your dad? Gone, huh?
Yeah. What he should do is one thing that people have done for the longest time. I've been doing it myself, and I try hard not to, but I end up saying Tszyu instead of Tim. Like, that would have been hilarious if he'd have been like, yeah, you know, this fight with me and Tszyu, Tim's, you know, just throw that in there. Oh my gosh, that would piss him off so bad. Yeah, that's terrible. And I was taking a look at some of these odds here. For some reason, on the BetMGM app, he doesn't pop up. This fight doesn't pop up. I don't know why. So I was able to find him somewhere else. On William Hill specifically.
Oh,
that's the guys, right? Those guys. So this one's weird. I'm not sure how this works because it's kind of like, you know, a range. Errol Spence. There's a couple of them here between -120 and -135.
He's the favorite.
Yeah. And Tszyu from even numbers to +100.
He's the underdog.
Yeah. What? Am I missing something? Like the dude that hasn't fought in fucking
USA
hasn't fought in 3 years. His last fight was a fucking ass whooping of his life. And now he sounds, you know, according to the Australian reporters, punch drunk, and he's the favorite still. What am I missing, Andrew? What am I missing?
His fucking head, Miguel. I just told you, he don't move his head.
Oh man, wow! There's like no hope for Tim on this one. Nobody's got confidence in him. Holy smokes!
It's gonna look so bad if he loses to the one-eyed guy. The guy you picked, the guy you literally come out and say how you're gonna beat him, and he knocks your ass out. Casinos don't even have you a favorite. Look, it might be the fans shit. It could be that there's so much money would have probably came in on Spence, they wouldn't have made anything on Tszyu. So they have to balance it out a little by getting some of that juice back from the Spence fans. Do you understand what that means? Because I think even Tszyu at +100 isn't going to get a bet. No one knows.
Okay. All right.
You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So they don't want to put Spence at +100 because he's going to get all the bets, and now they're under on their winnings because Tszyu ain't getting shit. So you put the -120, you're getting a little bit back. You're only giving 100 for 120, right? So they get a little bit. The casino saves a little. It might be that. It might not be that the casino thinks Spence is going to win. They're just trying to not write a whole bunch of +100 checks.
Right. Right. I noticed that they're doing like a live, what is it? The media workout, right? I think Fulton is in the ring right now doing some stuff. But if you guys check out the, I want to say, is it the PBC channel? I'm trying to think it was, yeah, PBC. So PBC on YouTube, they're doing the media workouts. I even read that they were doing like some sort of grand arrival. They haven't done that in a hot fucking minute, man. So it's like, wow, they must really be, I don't know, putting a lot more promotional oomph into this one, because they haven't done, PBC's, but in particular, hasn't done a grand arrival in a fucking minute. They didn't do one for Zurdo and Benavides. So we'll see. We'll see. That's kind of weird that they're doing something like that. But taking a look at the specific ways of winning, Spence by KO, TKO, or DQ plus 225.
Okay.
All right. Spence by decision. This one has a range plus 330 to plus 470.
Wow. Here are the real odds. All right. What's Tszyu's? Here are the real odds right here.
Tszyu by KO, TKO, or DQ plus 185. All right. And then Tszyu by decision plus 400 to plus 400 to 625, plus 625. So those are according to what the William Hill is showing right now on the website. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm understanding some of these.
Those are the real odds, bro. All right, so look, they obviously they got this fight ending in knockout, right? Because the decisions are plus. Let's go with the high ones, plus 470 and plus 625. Very, very good money. So they don't have that coming as a decision, right?
Okay.
So then we got to look on the knockout. Why do they only have Tszyu at plus 185 for a knockout? You're getting more money. Plus 225 for Spence, but then the to bet straight up, they're giving Tszyu at $100. Well, you would think if Tszyu was the true underdog, to him to win by knockout would be plus 250. If he was a true underdog,
yeah,
right. Think about it.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
So they're playing with us a little here. They still probably have Tszyu the favorite. They know damn well there's gonna be like 5 white dudes that come in and bet on him on Saturday. You know, yeah. I don't even think the degenerates will bet on this fight, bro. There's a lot of unknown there. You know, they don't know them. Might not even be in the casino. There's a lot of reasons why.
Yeah,
they have this.
As I said, I wasn't even on the BetMGM app. You know, I have the BetMGM app on my phone, and oftentimes that's what I use if I don't get a chance to go down to the casino because there's some, depending on the sports book, some don't even have the sheets. They just have the kiosk, so you can't actually take that shit home. So when I go to BetMGM, it's on the phone here on the app. It wasn't even on there, like this particular fight. So that's when I noticed that, I was like, oh shit, so I got to find it somewhere else. And I was able to find it somewhere else. But yeah, it looks like this one doesn't seem like there's going to be a lot of people putting money on this one.
No,
I don't know if anybody gives a shit about it.
The plus 185, man. That's going to be bet heavy with the boxing media. Mm-hmm. I see a lot of these guys that have called this fight a wash. I don't see how they're not driving to their local casino or wherever they can get this money. That plus 185 is pretty juicy, man, on a for sure win. And that's what people are kind of calling this. You know, when you're saying a guy's there on a retirement check, he's laying it in, he's jumping, moving the weights, whatever the hell they want, not even caring. Or he actually told them to do it, right? He was like, why are we doing 158? Yeah, it's just. Yeah,
yes. And did you hear the answer to that? Like, that shit is like, I didn't want to do it. I went on 158. I wanted to just, okay, so why did you say it to begin with, Dick? Like, why could you just do that? Like, why now? All these fucking, after most likely Tim busting his ass in the gym to making sure he's on weight. Yeah, he can kind of take the foot off the pedal a little bit now as the fight approaches because it'll have to be 160. But it's like, that doesn't look right. From the outside looking in, it looks like, either you're not taking this shit seriously or you're not dieting on something happened during your training camp. You know ahead of time you're not going to make that weight, so you want it switched. That's what it looks like from the outside looking in. Could very well be he's just phoning this one in.
Yeah, and didn't that move twice the weight, or was it only once?
So I remember this fight initially being at 154. And maybe I'm misremembering that, but I could have sworn it was going to be at 154. Then it got switched to 158. So that's what I remember most recently, it being 158. And then, of course, the most recent update now being at 160. So I remember it being moved twice. I don't remember them going immediately to 158. So I'm almost certain it was twice.
That's what I thought too, and that's why a lot of people think, that's when you start coming to the conclusion that he's not there to win. He's just,
So even still, are you gonna?
I don't, dude. I will as it get. I know today's the day we have to decide on. I don't know, man. Do they have will go the distance? Do they have one of those for this?
Let's see here. Let me see, like the over under, huh?
Yeah, and while you're looking up that, I will say that the actually letting Tszyu eat might benefit Tszyu's power, right? If he's still acting like a professional fighter and still watching his diet and watching everything, his intake, and now he gets to add a little bit of gas, fuel, power to him, that actually might backfire on Spence, giving him another 2 pounds, and what could be another 6 pounds from when this fight was actually originally scheduled. So that could actually benefit Tszyu. I don't know if he has those type of scientists watching his diet, but if he does, if he has some guy that knows how to give you the right vitamins, proteins, and everything through food, he's going to be stronger.
Yeah, not having to like cut all the way down again. So this is where I'm finding, at least this is what AI is telling me, whether will the fight go the distance. The odds are hovering around 120 that it will go the distance. It doesn't give me a specific round or anything like, over 7.5 rounds or whatever the shit, but it's just saying more so a yes or no as to whether it go the distance. And it's at plus 120 that it will go the distance.
Plus 120 that it will go the distance. Now, that don't make any fucking sense. Plus 120 that it will, yet both guys are at plus 470 and plus 625. The knockouts are plus 185 and 225. That's just all over the place. Plus 120 that it will go the difference. That's a positive number.
Yeah, I'm even going on another website.
That's another. It has to be another catch bet, dude. They're just praying that someone's going to see the plus 120 and bet on it. I would have juiced it up, because if you really don't think it's going to go the distance, you could say plus 200, right? And get hella guys to go, I'm betting on that. Fuck that. Plus 200. I'm going to at least try. You know what I'm saying? Knowing damn well the fight's going to be over in 4 rounds if someone's there really mailing it in. So you would think that plus 120 would be higher. That's a catch 'em bet. Nah, this fight's going to end by knockout. I just don't know, man. I'm just hoping Spence didn't totally go there to lay an egg. That's what I don't know. So I'm going to call this fight that Spence did not go there to lay an egg. He might have issues. Now, look, the punch drunk thing, you're correct. We've always thought that of Spence. Not only has this kid been in some major car accidents, I want to say 2 of them, not just the Lamborghini, but he also totaled another car in his life. He has the head trauma from boxing. He's had alcohol issues, right? He's come out clean about that. He has a lot of reasons why his brain isn't as quick as it once was. So while it does sound the same, it does sound like any boxer, right? As he's going to get older, it's going to get worse and worse. So I do feel like the Australian media, they're just probably getting their first real look at Spence. Like, wow, this guy really talks bad. But if you put him 10 years ago, he probably sounds totally different. Even though he sounded the same, he probably sounds totally different. It's the car accidents. It's the Terrence Crawford fight, the sparring, so that's sad. I don't want to bet on a hurt, on a wounded animal. Look, if I lose this one, so be it. But I'm going to go down with the American flag. I'm going to take Spence by knockout. I see him stopping. I see this fight stopping within 6 rounds, no matter who wins. Will not go the distance. Is it plus 120 for will go the distance? I'm still confused.
All right. That'll go the full 12 rounds. Yeah.
will go. That's fucking insane, but whatever.
And I wanted to bring something up that I don't think we touched on yet. Errol Spence with new trainer, this particular case, Ronnie Shields. Ronnie Shields knows what the fuck he's doing. Like I'm starting to think Ronnie Shields will be that other eye of fucking Spence. You know what I'm saying? Like
Nice.
he's hella good. Obviously, we know he is a world-renowned trainer. Like, look, I know you're gonna fucked up because
it's a great title to an article. Ronnie Shields will be the other eye. That's pretty good, Miguel. So I like that.
Right? Because I mean, he's gonna be like, look, this guy doesn't fucking move his head. You may not be able to see it, but you fucking swing, and I will tell you, catch him, because you can catch him here. It's gonna be his first fight, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think he's had another one with Ronnie Shields yet. I think the last one was still with his previous trainer. But that I mean, I do you think Ronnie would be in his corner like this, knowing that he's phoning it in? I don't think so, right? I think he'd be like, yo, I'm gonna go there, but you better freaking come in this shit serious, because I ain't gonna just go there to show up and lose.
We would hope not. It's a dirty game, right? It's a dirty world, right? You're getting to see Australia. You know, you're getting a vacation. All that bullshit gets into play there. Free check, but we hope not. We hope not. He has a big enough name where you think he would have a little bit of pride behind his name. You know, where he would not just go into a fight knowing that his fighter wasn't even trying to win. Definitely like that. What you just said though about him being able, the thing that he's missing right now is vision. You know, I was trying to think, best thing he could do is like a double end bag, right? You only have you have a blocked vision, right? You have, maybe it's blurry, maybe it's totally gone, I really don't know, but that bag is constantly moving, right? And as long as you can keep hitting it, maybe it makes his eye strong enough to he can get by. You know, not every fight. I'm not saying he's going to do a career. I'm talking about this fight. If that's what Ronnie had him doing, you know, something where they try to strengthen the one eye and give him that. I don't want to be all Van Damme blood sport, bro, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're hitting the balance bag with no vision.
And he's like seeing, you know, that shit that gets in his eye, and he's like, ah, right? This is his shit, like catching the catching the hand.
You should walk in that way. That would be so fucking funny. Oh my God, Spence would be a legend. He comes in that way.
The whole shit. Even grab the referee, be like, oh, no, it's not you. Okay, cool, and then just continue. Right, the whole 9 yards. Spence, if you're listening, and I know you are, please, just if this is your last one, this is go out with a fucking bang and the Van Damme.
And all jokes aside, I'm only saying that because we have a fighter that has no defense. So we got it. We're trying to see if there was a way that he could work the blurry vision. And I see, yeah, man, fucking, you work on that one eye with the double end. I mean, I'm talking hours on the double end bag, working, trying to master your eye to hand contact with just one. You know, even if you have to keep this one closed or keep it blocked. You understand? So you don't have that blurriness or that double vision bullshit. Then fuck, it's fucked up.
So
never really talked about a fight in this way, huh?
No. I mean, it's like we rarely do we know that there's like some serious hinderment in the fighter when he enters the ring. We usually find out after the fact. But knowing what we know about his previous accidents, and then of course the ass whooping at the hands of Crawford, we have to assume, you know, that eye is fucked up. He had to pull out of the Pacquiao fight, so there's only so much healing that can happen, right?
That's right. He didn't pass his physical, huh? And I was just going to bring that up. It was like all this eye talk like he's blind. How the hell did he pass his physical? And then you hit it right on the head. He did it in America.
Yeah, at least not that time, because, you know, he would go on to face Ugas and then, of course, lose to Crawford. But that particular time, which was relatively recent, he has fought. He's passed the time, I guess. Of
course. So hopefully that was just early, too early to come back, maybe. All right.
Yeah. And that being said, I'm going to throw in my prediction here. As much as I would love Spence to win, I don't see it happening. I just don't see it happening. Tim can have enough of a chin to take, you know, somebody's shot who hasn't fought at 154 or heavier since ever, I should say. So I'm gonna go. I think it'll go late into the fight. I'm thinking like at least past the 6th round, like you said. I'm thinking maybe 8, 9 round. At that point, I think Tim will be able to seal the deal and get the KO/TKO. I'm gonna go with Tszyu by KO or TKO. It won't go the distance that I'm almost certain of. Because the fight is in Australia, there's a little bit of confusion as to when we're going to get it here in the States. So let me go ahead and pull it up here. So in Australia, yes, it will be the 26th, which is Sunday. But for us, it will actually be Saturday night or Saturday evening. 3 p.m. Pacific time is when the early cards start. So you can keep your eyes peeled for that. It should be Saturday normal time for us, quite frankly. And the early prelims will be around that time. Now, if you have the DAZN Ultimate package, you will get this fight for free. If you don't, you will have to fork up a whopping $79.99 pay-per-view for this one. I'm going to touch on this a little bit later on in the show, but oh man, you know, as many times as I see these commercials of Eddie Hearn talking about how great this damn Ultimate package is, and everybody else saying, "Oh, you got the Ultimate package, yada yada yada, $500 some odd dollars." These are not exactly the pay-per-views that we want to pay for, which is most likely why a lot of people don't actually have that package, because they don't. This is the kind of shit they're gonna get. We'll get to Anthony Joshua and Kristian Prenga in a little bit, but oh boy, this is not. I don't know who the hell's going to pay if this fight isn't even on the BetMGM app. I don't know who here in the U.S. is going to pay $80 to see our boy get slaughtered. See what the little boy. What's that that fucking phrase from damn Godfather? Is like, look what it did to my boy. Yeah, it's one of those, right? Look at it, slaughtered my boy. That's what's gonna happen to Spence here. But oh my gosh, Andrew, $80 fucking for this pay-per-view. I'm not even sure. Oh, and by the way, Jermall Charlo was going to be on this card, right? It was supposed to be him against an Australian opponent who's I'm blanking out at the moment. But because Charlo isn't fighting on the card, from what I can tell, they haven't replaced that fight with another one. So I don't know how many fights they had originally scheduled on the pay-per-view card, but according to the DAZN website, there are 4 fights on the pay-per-view card. I don't know if it was supposed to be 5 with the Charlo one, and then it gets moved down to 4. I'm not sure, but as far as I can tell here, it's only 4 main fights, 4 cards on the main paper, or 5 fights on the pay-per-view card. Definitely not worth $80, huh?
Yeah, no, not worth $80. And to be honest with you, is pay-per-view really even a thing anymore? Like, even when they do put out pay-per-views, our numbers have been coming back so low. There's no one really buying this stuff anymore.
But is price a factor though? Like, I mean, if we're gonna, like, for example, there have been times where I've seen some Roy Jones Jr. fights for like $50. You know what I'm saying? Like, it hasn't been anything major. It's still pay-per-view. This should have been one of those, or even free on DAZN for that matter.
It is free on DAZN. Okay. You have to remember, DAZN is packaging this pay-per-view 12 fight deal. But all it is you're getting 12 fights for $50, or, you know, whatever their monthly subscription fee is for that $500 deal. Miguel, I think where we're at right now, you're either illegally streaming or you're buying the package. I don't really see an in between anymore. I don't see guys like, oh, I'm just picking. I don't even hear people buying pay-per-views anymore. I can't. I don't remember the last time I actually heard someone say I bought that pay-per-view last night. So I think they must have just had. They just have diehards that are buying in, because look, like me and you, once you're in, you're in. You've already spent the money. The money's gone, and give me all the boxing that I want. I love that I could just turn on boxing. Granted, it's not the greatest fight, but if I'm at home doing nothing on a Saturday, I'm definitely watching one of these fights. You know what I'm saying? And the money's already spent. So I think we don't have to worry too much about, oh, is this going to really sell on DAZN? I don't think there's that market's gone. It's there for like the old guys that fucking just haven't got up with the fucking times yet. You're either illegally streaming it on your fucking phone or you're buying the streaming app, because that's what everyone does now. Everyone's kind of used to buying these apps. Now, not for $50 a month or whatever the hell DAZN's trying to break off.
Yeah.
But we love the sport. That's not that much money a month. It's not that much money to some of us. Sorry. Boxing's always been a rich man's sport, so fuck you if you don't have the $50. Anyways, not too much money.
Like, fuck you peasants if you can't fucking fork up $500.
Hey, I always said it was a rich man's sport. I don't want to knock you guys by saying $50 ain't shit, but what I'm saying is if you love the sport, $50 ain't shit to get all of the content that you're getting. Right now, the only guys not fighting on DAZN are Berlanga, Hitchens, Stevenson, and who else?
Opetaia.
And those are really the only 4 guys, or that's 4, right? 4 or 5 guys. What did I just name? 4 guys.
Those 4, yeah.
Those are the only 4 guys we give a damn about over there at Zuffa. The whole other card would never probably reach DAZN anyways. They're a whole other stable. So everybody's fighting on DAZN. Let's give it some time to see how this is going to play out. This could turn into a good thing for everybody involved, at least for us fans. You know what I'm saying? Because it is kind of cool that there should be no TV anything in the way of making any of these fights, you know, unless you're Zuffa, which that's why Stevenson's kind of dumb saying he could fight anyone. Just
yeah, I know this has kind of been said about a lot of boxers a lot, that they're not the sharpest, tool in the shed. This just sounds, and this is just going off the topic here, but it sounds like they're just giving these guys a lot of promises. We're seeing the results. We have a story on it, Opetaia, later on today. I would not be surprised if one of these promises that they gave Opetaia was like, yeah, you can keep your IBF belt, sure, whatever the fuck, and then ends up not having, and it's like, fuck. And then he goes to Zuffa and it's like, what the shit? How come I don't have my belt? You promised me. And it's like, it's their fault. It's their fault. Go ahead and sue those motherfuckers. I don't know. When I hear Berlanga talk about that, when I hear Shakur talk about that, it sounds as though there's just promises on top of promises on top of promises.
Yeah, and not to get too far off track, but did you hear Eddie kind of backed up what we said about they're getting into a pay scale now that no one's going to pay? Did you hear him say that?
No, I didn't hear him say that.
Yeah, Eddie Hearn came out on an interview and was like, so Berlanga and Hitchens and all these guys are making millions of dollars. Who's paying them? Who is going to pay Stevenson to fight Rayo for $16 million? Who's going to pay Benn to fight Prograis for $16 million, right? Who besides Turkey and Zuffa? So then you guys stay over there. That's who you're. If that's who's going to pay them, because I want to get into that ball game. Why would I want to put my name on something that's guaranteed? I got to come up with this amount before a ticket's sold, and you're overpaying this guy by how much? Keep my fight. Yeah, Eddie Hearn came out and said it, and Stevenson and Berlanga, all these guys that think, oh yeah, I'm making all, and I don't even know what Berlanga's is. I should leave his name out of it until I get but the Benns and the Stevensons of the world that think they're going to be making $20 million every fight. With who? If you only have to go off of what Zuffa, if the WBC, like I'm telling you right now, if Benn wins that WBC title, you better baby the bitch. You better not put it in the dump. You better not say, oh, this is trash. I'm a Zuffa guy. This is trash. That'll be the last fucking time you guys have a title involved in your fights. Understand that. Everybody's watching. The WBO already banned you guys. The IBF already banned you guys. You got the WBC going, we'll play. Don't fuck this up. You fuck this up, you guys are going to be left only fighting for Zuffa titles.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, though. If that's the case, they don't give two fucks about it because they're going to get paid $16 million anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can they give you shit about it?
There's no money there. You got to listen. Who is going to pay the $16 million to watch him fight Rayo? Who's paying it, dude?
Well, no one's paying it anyway, whether he's got the belt or not.
No, No, but he needs the tie. He needs to come over here and find the other opponents, find the Davises, the Haneys, the Gervontas. He needs these guys to generate that type of money. Without these other fighters who are all over here still on this side of the fence, who the fuck is going to generate that type of money over there for you? We keep bringing up this guy, Ryo. Me and you know Ryo ain't shit, bro. You know, I sound like fucking Max Kellerman right now, bringing this piece of shit fucking dude up like he's somebody, bro. You know damn well we're playing right into Zuffa's hands right now. Ryo ain't shit compared to Shakur Stevenson. You know that, and I know that, bro. They're over here, yeah, they're over here giving us all that fucking bullshit talk about who did they know? Oh, Shockey Foster. Right? Yeah. They're like, oh, why would he want to fight him? That does nothing. But you're over here pumping up Shakur versus Ryo. Get the fuck out of here. Get off your knees. Get off your knees, Max. I won't be that guy.
Yeah.
But that's what Eddie Hearn's talking about, bro. That's exactly what he's talking about right there. Is if you get closed out from all these fighters that are fighting for belts still, fighting for DAZN, how the fuck are you guys going to generate money? At some point, Turkey's gonna say no. I'm not paying. We didn't even put it in the Apex. We didn't even put it at some. Oh, dude, who just had? They just brought up ticket sales from somewhere that aren't selling.
Oh yeah, for the whatchamacallit, the Hitchens and Berlanga. Yeah, like something about like fake ticket sales and shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Zuffa's getting kind of dirty there. I mean, they're already dirty, but it's just like now it's really blatantly obvious.
Yes. Yeah. So we're going to talk about that coming up. But yeah, dude, freaking, they're going to be under a microscope in this one. They need to baby these titles. They can't screw this up. That's why Turkey had this whole meeting. I think that's why Dana White was fucking asked not to be there. I think that's why you have Eddie Hearn coming out now and going, he was bullied. He was pressured into talking to De La Hoya. Because I think Turkey kind of sees his boss might have told him, fuck are you guys doing isolating yourselves?
Yeah.
You know, what do you think I'm going to do? Give you $5 billion to take over a $1 billion sport, you dipshit? That what we're investing, they don't even make. One Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think Canelo made it to Floyd Mayweather's $750 million. I might be wrong, but I don't think he did. I've never heard them say he's made that much, almost $250 million. I've never heard them say that about AJ. We have one Floyd, you guys, in 20 years. We have one guy. And Jake Paul.
Yep. Right. And Floyd came at a certain time. It was one of those timing things, like you always say, right?
That's right.
You mentioned it several times. People were concerned about the UFC being the hot shit. And they're like, fuck, just throw them a bunch of money and keep it, you know. It was one of those, like, the stars aligned, like, chances are it will never fucking happen. Yeah, there you go. Perfect storm is a more accurate description.
Yep.
All right. Anything you want to continue, or anything you want to add to Tszyu and Spence before we move on to Anthony Joshua and Kristian Prenga?
No, sir.
Oh boy.
Damn, dude, there's some bet. Oh, I can't bet on this one though. Can I bet on this fight?
I presume so. Shit. Well, let me. Well, I don't even know if whatchamacallit is gonna have it on the BetMGM app. Let me see here. Not even that. Not even this one on the bet.
But you know, fucking
hold on,
bro.
But the Shiraz fight is on here. The Josh Kelly fight is on here. What is that about? I mean, that's on here. Berlanga and Butler is on here. Yeah. But
that means it's Mike Tyson versus Buster Douglas, and they're not doing it. Mike Tyson, Buster Douglas, the 42-1 odds the casino said they would never do again.
Oh, so man.
Maybe Prenga is so low on the fucking what is it? Not upset. What is it? Underdog.
The underdog, yeah.
Yeah, the underdog that they don't even want to do the fight, dude.
Yeah, I just pulled it up on some website, Paddy Power. I don't know what the fuck website is this, but this is like Anthony Joshua minus 4,000, Prenga plus 1,100 to 1,600, one of those kind of things. And look, when I saw that, you know, they were going to put Anthony against Prenga, and I saw his record, it was like 20-1. His only loss was to Caballero, I think it was, and all of his fights were KOs. I was like, oh, did they just fuck up? Did they just like get the wrong dude to like have? And then I go watch some of his fights. And I see some of his opponents with like 9 losses, 11 losses that go down after one punch. I'm like, oh gosh, these are the knockouts he's getting. And that's even the few fights that I was able to find on YouTube, because by and large, he's not on YouTube or any other service where I'm able to see some of these videos on here. But I wasn't even able to find his most recent fight. I think I thought like his last third fight or something like that.
Lee would have been so proud of Prenga, bro. This would have been, this would have been his guy, dude. Literally 20 highlights of some of the weakest fucking opponents you could ever put someone in the ring with. Hey, he's dropping them like a sack of potatoes, though, bro. Some of these guys, I mean, one hit and their legs are giving out. I'm just like, did Eddie really think this one through with AJ's chin? Did he really? Because what if that fucking hook lands with AJ with this stupid ass smile on his face? Or just took your right hand, left hook comes like, over, bro. Fucking over. The guy has dropped some dudes. I know they're all fat. I know they all look, they don't look like AJ at all. But the way that they just seem lifeless, 2 of the guys, I don't even think he landed a punch. I don't know what the hell happened there. One of the guys doesn't even look like a heavyweight. I'm so proud of this Prenga guy. Yeah, let's say you fought a middleweight, bro. Dude just goes down first round. They're like, yeah, it's over. 21-20, and now getting a shot at AJ, baby. Making it cool. What? Maybe 500,000?
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. Yeah.
Sounds reasonable, right? 500K, bro, for a bunch of fucking tomato cans, man. What Lee always said, I get you to 20-0. We'll fight for the belt.
Yeah. Well, the typical Peter McNeely, right?
Yes.
Like those kind of guys. Like, hey, I can get you there. No problem. We'll get you fighting for a belt. You won't win it. Maybe you can Oliver McCall this bitch and you'll get lucky, but I've only taken you so far. You do the rest, because I can't take you any farther than 20-0 here.
I'm telling you, it makes me a little bit nervous the way some of them drop, though, because we've seen Joshua went face first with Dubois. He can go lights out if he's touched right. It's fucking scary. It's a scary fight, man. It really is, because dude, what a bummer if they don't make it to the finish line.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like, it's bad enough that they got a guy like this, right? That's going to be that. At least on paper looks like a threat, but maybe not really.
Right.
But it's like, are we looking at a circumstance here where they're like, let's make sure we get to the finish line here, and some fuckery happens to ensure that we get, Anthony Joshua to the finish line, and because. We'll talk about it in a second, but the Fury fight is not really an event, really. It's whatever, right? It's just more so a sparring session, a glorified sparring session, just for the sake of keeping him active. Not really a tune-up by any stretch. This is more of a tune-up, really, than anything else. But I'm a little concerned that they're going to make sure that Prenga definitely doesn't fucking win this one.
Yeah, I mean, and that's all fine and dandy, but if he knocks him out, what are you gonna do? Disqualify him for a legal punch? You know what I'm saying? Like, if he Dubois him, he Dubois him.
Yeah.
There's nothing they're going to be able to do on fixing that. So that's what I'm nervous about. Did they overpay Prenga to not land that punch? Who knows? Maybe it's one of those circumstances. But I definitely, all I'm saying is, as I watched the 20 knockouts, or the little highlight reel YouTube has on them, he has some lifeless KOs where those were that's some serious power. Even if he's knocking out 6'6", 300-pound bartenders, he's still knocking out grown-ass men with one shot, and it's the way they drop, the lifeless, the bam, just, they're asleep, bro. He's out. Like, oh my God, if he touches AJ. Oh, you're going to hear Tyson laughing all the way from Thailand. Oh my God, it's going to be so fucking. Can you imagine Tyson Fury on social media? If Anthony Joshua loses on Saturday,
you best believe he's going to be on social media.
Yeah.
He's going to be posting before the fight, like, all right, guys, this is it. You best believe he's going to be there online. Just follow his social media, and I can damn near guarantee he's going to post something leading up to the fight, and maybe even after. Definitely after, especially if AJ wins, of course. He's like, all right, AJ, are you ready? It's time now, fool, right? And he'll go off on the social media page. But we can pretty much guarantee that Fury is going to be watching.
There has to be something we're missing, but Anthony needs to really stay behind his jab right hand on this fight. Because a lot of the knockouts that I did see were hooks. He needs to stay out of the range of that.
Right hooks or left hooks or
left hook.
Okay.
Left hook. Yeah.
All right. Well, Dubois did catch him with what, the right. So it was I'm trying to remember if it was a right or a left. I'm gonna say it was a right. But anyway, nonetheless, he's reachable.
Damn.
Point.
Yeah. I'm a little on that. I know the guy fought in bums, but the 20 for 20, it's got to mean something, man.
And this fight will be in Saudi Arabia, so that means we're going to get an early morning show. From what I can tell here, we're looking at 1 p.m. Eastern, so that's 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you're on Pacific Time, 10 a.m. is going to be the start time of the main card, because there's going to be the prelims, of course, that are going to be a little bit before that. So that too will be on the Zone pay-per-view. I don't know what the I'm pulling up the price right now, but okay. In the United States, this one is $60, $59.99. Considering that we got Shiraz on the undercard and Josh Kelly on the undercard, that Josh Kelly fight is gonna be pretty decent actually. That's not too bad actually. Again, it's one of those nobody's gonna wake up Saturday morning to pay $60 to watch Anthony Joshua presumably mop the floor with Prenga. That's just presumed, of course. And 2 English fighters, 2 English champions on the undercard for this one, the co-main event and main event. What's in?
PBC is 70 or 80?
Well, it's 79, but we'll round it to 80. We'll say 80, yeah.
How the fuck does that happen? How? I mean, they've got to get their pricing a little bit better. They got to do a better job at pricing these fights. How do you get a PBC, a guy who hasn't fought in 2 years, against a guy who got no market in America? You got no undercard. Andrew Fulton, that's his first name, right?
No,
Stephen Fulton. Stephen Fulton's a fucking nobody. I don't even know his name. You know what I mean? Like he's already had 2 significant losses in his career. How does that come out $20 higher than getting the AJ himself? I know he's not the heavyweight champ, but damn near is looked at like a heavyweight champion. You have Shiraz on the undercard. You have Kelly on the undercard. These are both champs. Come on, DAZN. You got to do better. You got to tell Al, wake up. You know what I mean? Like, wake up. Do you want to help yourself out a little? Because we got AJ at $60 a little earlier in the day. Can you imagine, trying to get people to spend that kind of money in one day to watch these 2 pay-per-views? They're almost forcing you just to buy the subscription right here. If you're a diehard boxing, this is the day you make. Because look, I'm telling you, Miguel, you know damn well we don't care what's on. If we're at home, we want to watch fights. Yeah,
I'm watching.
We're watching. Yeah. And this would be the day where $50 probably gets started with me.
Right. And you know what? I kind of started thinking, I know we're at the middle of the year now, or a little past it, but if we buy the ultimate subscription now, like, I mean, it'll be kind of less, right? It won't be the whole fucking $500, right? I mean, it'll be whatever prorated amount it'll be from here to the end of the year, right? So if you want to, you know, it would have been the equivalent of the $500 and some odd dollars had you paid at the beginning of the year. But now we're middle way in the year, maybe 200 something doesn't sound too bad. You know, whatever's left over to get the ultimate package for. Listen to us trying to sell the fucking DAZN, you know, sell fucking ultimate package. But it doesn't sound too bad compared to the 500 whatever at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right on that. And that's how the NFL ticket does it. They will, if you come in mid-season, you'll get a cheaper price. That's why a lot of guys, as soon as their teams drop to 4-12, Raiders, you know, like when we're 0-6, we'll disconnect it right away. We're like, all right, we're done with that shit.
Yeah,
this season's over.
Yeah, I don't need to see the other rest of this. Like at this point, we're done.
YouTube from here on out.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Exactly. Yeah, so it doesn't seem, and this is kind of the second part of. Oh, by the way, I'm throwing my predictions. Yeah, Anthony Joshua's gonna win. He's gonna most likely fucking slaughter this dude. I think, because I mean, I'm not. I've seen Kristian Prenga, right? The one loss to, I think Caballero was specifically. His chin compared to AJ's. If AJ lands first, I think Prenga goes down and doesn't get back up. So I'm thinking it's going to go that direction. Joshua's going to be the one that's going to let his hands go early on and most likely finish him somewhat early, under 6 rounds, I'm thinking. So I'm going to go with Anthony Joshua by KO or TKO under 6 on this one.
I'll follow you on that, dude. We'll both do it under 6. I can't go for anything but Joshua on this fight. He better not lose this. I'm not saying I'll be sad. I'm 46 years old. This shit don't make me sad anymore, but it'll be a big letdown.
Yeah, it'll be a disappointment. It'll be a humongous disappointment.
Yeah, when I was younger, I'd be like, is there any way? Is there any way they can bring this back? write a letter to the Ring magazine like anyone cares.
Yeah. All right. Well, you have to be up to date. You have to send them a video of you like crying like, Can we make this happen, please? I don't give a fuck.
What, man? Why? Yeah. Are you fucking stupid? Who is this kid?
Like, who's your fucking matchmaker, for crying out loud? But one of the things that I kind of was kind of putting the piece together here and trying to formulate a thought. We've been last week, earlier in the week, we were talking about Ryan Garcia's fight with Conor and going to Paramount for this fight, because we have since heard that as long as he wins and, maybe possibly becomes a bigger star, the deal is he goes back to the zone for at least a couple more fights. So initially we thought, okay, Ryan going to Paramount is a stupid idea. Why the hell would Oscar agree to this or DAZN agree to this? But as time went on, we found out that there's some sort of back end deal where he'll just go back to the zone. It's a risk. We talked about it then, because if it doesn't pay off, they're fucked. And I'm bringing this up now because I'm hoping that this risk pays off, that Garcia goes to Paramount, becomes a bigger star, and comes back, because the zone is gonna take it in the ass this weekend. Ain't nobody paying for these fucking fights. The $80 one with Spence and the fucking Tszyu, and then Anthony Joshua and Prenga. Like, nobody's paying for this shit. I don't know how. Like, how does it work if they lose money on it, or they just don't win it, because obviously nobody's tuning in. But this weekend in particular, ain't nobody gonna pay for them. Maybe they'll get some more ultimate subscriptions. Maybe they'll get that, but ain't nobody paying these fucking pay-per-view prices. So hopefully this risk of Ryan going off to Paramount and coming back later, maybe even bigger star, pays off, because this weekend the zone is going to take it in the ass hard, because ain't nobody paying for the shit.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you on that. Garcia needs to win. Look, are we talking about the Haney's at all on tonight? Can I bring them up?
We can't. I didn't have them on the docket, but yeah.
So you heard the rumor is they're getting close to signing with Zuffa. Have you been hearing this? That they're going to be announcing that they signed with Zuffa too?
I'm hearing 2 things. Well, okay. It's kind of 3, but it really is 2. Number 1, that he's going to drop the WBO belt to sign with Zuffa. That's one thing that I'm hearing. Number 2 is that they're actually getting close to signing Haney and Keyshawn Davis for the WBO belts. I'm even hearing that. So I'm not sure what to believe at this point. Knowing what we know about Haney, he's going to most likely follow the money, drop the belt, and go to Zuffa. That seems more likely. I'm hearing the rumblings of they might actually get the Davis fight going and continue to hold the WBC belt. I don't think that's likely one, but what were you going to say regarding that?
They kind of seem like they were when the rumor was dropping the WBO. Then he comes out and kind of disses the WBC, saying they don't drug test them, right? And Suleiman's like, "Why are you talking?" Right? Just like he was distancing himself from the titles, right?
Okay.
So possible he signs with Zuffa. Garcia. So they will have Stevenson and Haney over there on their side. The one thing that I see with the Haneys, they don't really like playing ball with any of the promoters, right? It always seems like his dad's beefing with promoters. They're always talking about how they're their own bosses. They make their own contracts. So I wonder how much of the regular, how do we sum this up? The other guys, right? Not Zuffa. I wonder if they're like, fucking let them go. Well, they're not signing with us anyways. Well, they always want these one fight deals. He wants fucking $20 million when he steps in the ring now. I don't. You always know, and I've always been a critic of Haney's price, and I shouldn't. I'm not in the man's wallet, but when I just have never heard anyone talk about Devin Haney outside on the street. Never. Oh, aside the time he got dropped 5 times. Then they talked about him a lot that day. Since then, I haven't heard about Devin Haney at all. Right. So it's like, where does this money get generated from? Could they be like giving him to Turkey just so they bleed, right? Like, yeah. He's worth $20 million. Go sign him for 5 fights, $100 million. Yeah, and they're like, yeah, we're so rich. But then, once again, who's paying for this? And then Turkey and Dana might call back. Hey, so we'd like to do Haney versus Dave. Nah, we got to leave visions for our guys. Click. Now they're stuck with the $100 million guy and no stable to feed them. So I was a little nervous on if Zuffa gets Haney after, but now thinking about it, it's like, I don't know if the other promoters want the Haneys. I don't think they want,
because it doesn't become a bidding war at that point. It's like it's only a tug of war if the other side is pulling. If the other side's fucking take it, they're like, oh shit, now I got the guy. Now, yeah, go ahead. Take a motherfucker by all means, right? That's kind of the way, because otherwise there's no what's the word? There's no auction. There's no bid for it, right? Nobody gives 2 fucks about it if they go and do it, because really after after Shakur, let's say they do make the Shakur and Haney fight at 144, then what? A rematch? You know, like how many of these fights can they do with how much they're paying these guys? No, and I mean, they're not going to fucking make that money back, obviously, right? So they're going to be like, damn, we're going to have to put another rematch, pay these guys another so-and-so, and lose money yet again. At some point, it's going to, bleed out entirely. They're already bleeding as it is. But yeah, it has to be that. The other promoters, I mean, they're all on the zone, right? They're all like, yeah, just let them take it. And let them take it and find a way to fucking pay this son of a bitch.
Because seriously, the Haneys do a lot more talking than they do fighting nowadays, right? Even the Brian Norman Jr. fight, you could throw that one. No one gave 2 shits about Brian Norman Jr., right? When that fight got signed, no one cared about it. He hasn't been in the ring with a big name since Garcia. Yet, how many internet posts do we have with him attached to big names?
A whole bunch.
Right? So they do a lot of talking right now, but not a lot of signing. And I think that's because his dad wants to control everything. His dad wants max money. He wants to control marketing. He wants to control it. Eddie Hearn and them are like, this is not the business we're in. Go ahead and sign with Zuffa. And Zuffa over there desperate as shit. Like, oh, look, we got Haney now. You got Haney at $100 million, dude. Nobody was going to pay him that. Good luck finding him a fight. And if you think Shakur and fucking Haney is going to bring you, what, 40 million before you make a dime? Please, it's not. It's not, bro. So yeah, interesting times coming up. But yeah, we will see how this plays out with Zuffa. I'm more confident that the promoters got it right. Look, we're gonna lose a lot of guys to the money, though. That I see Garcia leaving. Now, look. Garcia ain't leaving for another, year and a half probably, though, because Oscar's going to stretch that shit out. He's going to play UFC with those 2 fight things. Unless there's a contract that says you need to do the 2 fights within 11 months or 17 months, give him some kind of time frame. Well, then maybe he gets out a little quicker. But if not, Oscar's going to drag his feet on that. How old is Ryan? Is Ryan 28?
I think he's 27. Let me see. Let me just double check here real quick. Here. Yes. So he's 27. Oh, he will be 28 in a couple of weeks.
So he'll be 30 by the time he'll be 30 by the time he's ready to hit the market.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah, because what I don't understand is that they're saying that this fight counts as one of the fights against De La Hoya. I don't believe that. How could a fight be under a banner that's not on the fucking poster? If I was Oscar, there's no way I agree that this is one of my last 2 fights with him, but I'm not even included in anything. Fuck out of here. That's my guy. You're putting me on the banner. I'm gonna be on the podium. I'm gonna be. You know what I mean? Like if this is my fight that he's taking from me, and I only have 1 left with him. Well, then I'm not stepping away from this one. So I don't believe it. I think he has this fight and then 2 more fights at DAZN, and I think that's where Oscar and them really dragged their feet with him. And then it's also Ryan has come out and said this BS before about this is my last 2 fights, this is my last 2 fights, and it's like, no, it's not. There's hella ways that they have to, is he going to be a champion? What if he still has a WBC title? I thought you can't leave your promoter if you still have a belt kind of bullshit. All those loopholes that they were saying. So Ryan, I see leaving if he has a contract that allows him to get out. Stevenson, dude, they're going to be hurting on that one. That's a lot of money on a guy who don't sell tickets right now. Now, he did have a great fight with Teofimo Lopez, so maybe that changes. They need to make sure that momentum don't fall, though. Probably want to get Stevenson into a big-time fight soon, so then his fan base can remember who the fuck he did a few months ago.
Preferably before the end of the year. Like, don't let the rest of 2026 go by, and let Dana be like, guys can't wait to 2027, and it brings all these guys back at 2027 and just lets all their momentum fucking die the rest of this year.
Yeah, we will see. We're 7 months in. Not a lot of signings, still a lot of rumors. Berlanga is not a big signing to me. I hope Berlanga wins on Sunday, bro. Like I've been thinking of a situation where what if Berlanga does not pull it out on Saturday? Because dude, like, did you see his little what is it called, build up show or whatever? He's like, yeah, my muscles. I love hitting people. I love knocking people out. It's like, bro, you look like a jackass in your last fight. He kept getting dropped. Remember, he kept shaking his head. Yeah, what was he doing? Hitting his gloves or some shit?
He was like punching himself, like pissed off, like, oh, fuck, damn it. Like, dude, punch him. Don't punch yourself. That's shit. Like, crack him in the face.
Punch yourself. Punch him.
Yeah. Like, I don't know that you know how this works, but no, you're supposed to hit him, that guy, yeah. The first 16 fights he had at the KOs, those.
I mean, Richardson, good signing, undefeated, possible moneymaker. I don't know what they're paying him, but good signing. Berlanga, I'm a little suspect on. Stevenson needs a dance partner to make the money that they're paying him. And the Haney's, I just don't know. I think it's possible Bill is kind of blackballing himself from everyone else the way they negotiate nowadays, always taking it to the media, always taking all their numbers to his social media feed on what they're making, what they're offering, what the percentages are. This is not how boxing used to go, And to be honest with you, Bill, you talk all this talk, and at the end, you might get it from Turkey, but you haven't signed a major fight. You really haven't. Brian Norman Jr. was not a major fight. That didn't sell any tickets. That didn't do any pay-per-view views, right? And since then, I haven't heard your son signing anything with anyone. Just a lot of hot air. A lot of fucking social media talk.
Yeah, the email champion, as I think
there you go.
Him, right?
Yeah.
That was pretty much it. It was just like, dude, you talk online, you sign the fucking contracts, homie.
Yep. Yeah, look at Lopez. Yeah, even he got into a fight that Haney was supposed to be in. Could have swore Haney and Romero was supposed to happen too, bro. That's another one. Yeah, like the guy has been in. I don't know if they're even willing to sign a contract, or they just like talking on social media about signing contracts. Until what? He made $30 million maybe in his last few fights. Until that money's gone, and they need new jewelry and he needs new baggy pants or something. Then maybe they come back. Right. But no, he doesn't look like he's really interested in fighting top dogs right now.
No, and that's kind of one of the, I guess, unspoken downsides of some of these boxers getting paid a fuck ton of money is that there's no rush to come back into the ring. There's no real rush to come back and fight anybody else. They can fight one time a year and make a bank and stuff like that. And that's why the big money makers fought only twice a year. But hell, even Haney now, his last fight was in November. He has yet to step in the ring in 2026. So let's make sure you get at least one fight in 2026, please. I mean, I know you made a lot of money and aren't in a rush to get back in the ring, but hello, you are the WBO champ and welterweight. So let's make sure that you step in the ring and you see some action before the end of 2026, please.
It's gonna be hard, bro. You got to think November's not a big fight month. December's not. I know Tyson did a few fights in December recently, but this did later part of the year. There's not a lot of travel because of winter time, right? The promoters don't want the conditions of the winter. That's going to not get ticket sales if it's raining, snowing. People can block half of America, can't even get here. It's shut down on some fucking blizzard or whatever. They don't like that kind of stuff. So he's running out of time. September 12th was taken.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if they're going to be back, bro. I really don't. Look at how Zuffa, when they sign their guys, have kind of all been in roadblocks. Opetaia, where the fuck is he at? The dude seemed like he was way farther ahead when he was with Matchroom. You know what I'm saying? And now he's just stalled out. Yes, he's got a fight coming back as a fucking co-main event. They literally took you. You were in New Zealand doing your own shows, you're a king over there, making big splashes, about to get a big-time showdown with David Benavidez. Now you're a fucking backup dancer. Whatever, bro. Hope you made the right decision. Hitchens hasn't heard shit about him. This guy was just a champ. He just had a title, and now we're seeing him on some card as a nobody. Berlanga is a fucking nobody. And Stevenson, we'll see where he signs. Stevenson had a great last fight. Let's see if they can get him a big fight right out the gate, or are they going to make him fight some, is that the one they keep bringing up with Rayo?
Well, I don't think it's going to be Rayo. I don't know who the fuck it's going to be, but they brought up his name a few times. I've heard people saying like, no, definitely not being that guy, but his name keeps coming up. It keeps surfacing.
Yeah, well, because at some point Zuffa needs to make some kind of money, bro. Yeah. If they paid him $15 million, Turkey's not going to go, okay, let's go get someone from the other side. We'll pay him $15 million too. No. You know what I mean? You're going to be like, all right, can we get him one of these, call it a title defense, even though we know it's not. It's just a bullshit fight they can try to make a dime on. But then what are you going to sell the tickets at? For him to fight the unranked guy? Nobody shows up, dude. Nobody shows up. Yeah, no. We'll see where it goes with Stevenson. Hopefully they get him a big fight. But I think Eddie Hearn was right when he said that they're outpricing themselves now. They're giving money where there's no money at, and we're not all Turkey. We all don't have a prince for a fucking boss or a king, right. Whatever the fuck the guy is now. You know what I mean?
Even if they did, they know better than to fucking try to overpay these dudes. Even if they had that big wad of cash there, they know how the boxing business works. They're not just going to go in there and throw a fuck ton of money. They understand what Zuffa and in particular Turkey are trying to do, right? I mean, when you first enter the market, you kind of have to lure some people in, right? So you pay them a fuck ton, but then what? You think they're going to take a pay cut after that? No.
And will the fire be the same? Yeah. The desire to even get in the ring, where they're going to have more complaints than agreements.
All righty. Anything else you want to add to that one before we move on to the aforementioned Jai Opetaia?
No, sir. Let's go.
All right. So, in case you guys haven't heard, yes, the former IBF Cruiserweight champion Jai Opetaia has gone on to sue the IBF, the International Boxing Federation. Let me go ahead and read this quick article, or there's a couple of paragraphs here from one Michael Rothstein from ESPN. Former IBF Cruiserweight champion Jai Opetaia is suing the International Boxing Federation, or the IBF, claiming he was stripped of his title for having participated in a Zuffa boxing match portrayed as a title event. The lawsuit, filed the 14th of July, so a couple of weeks ago, in Nevada federal court, claims that the IBF violated the 2000 Muhammad Ali Reform Act, and that the IBF conspired with boxing's other sanctioning bodies to harm Opetaia financially by stripping him of the title. The Ali Act has been a point of contention between Zuffa and others in the sport over the past year as a revised Revival Act works on its way through Congress. Okay, so according to what Opetaia is saying here, he says the suit that he wants to get his belt back after being stripped following his participation in that event. He has he won the belt and defended it a few times, and recently got stripped. So he's going to court thinking he's going to get his belt back. Considering what the issue with this Ali Act that's still kind of in the air. Nothing has been revised yet, although I am hearing that they're getting some stuff back. Like, it sounds as though there are some changes to it, at least according to Nico Ali Walsh. According to him, from what I'm hearing, there might be some changes made to it. So I don't know if it's good changes, as in positive for the fighters, or good as in like, yeah, take my dad's name off of that fucking thing. I don't know if that's what it is, but according to what this is saying here, Opetaia thinks he has a case because he was unlawfully stripped of the IBF belt. Andrew, does it look like the odds are in his favor here?
No, actually, it looks like a rude awakening is going to be coming to him soon about who he signed with. And it's funny that he's trying to stand behind the Ali Act now with the company that's trying to change that. Does Opetaia know anything about who he signed with? You know, and I'm being serious right now. Like, who the hell brought up the Ali Act? You think? I'm sure Dana and them just threw their hands up like the Ali Act. Yeah, you might as well, because you ain't going to have it here in a few months. So, yeah, let's go ahead and try to work that angle. Like, and let me tell you this. He's suing the IBF today. He's suing Zuffa tomorrow. Remember I said that. Because this is what's going to happen. Once he gets shut down and he realizes what the real problem was and always has been, he's going to go back to, you guys lied to me. He's going to sue him probably for taking money away from him. And he's going to lose that one too, because everyone had their opportunity to read and to study the contract. You didn't. You looked at the O's that were at the end of it and you signed. That's your bad. But hella funny that you're trying to stand behind the Ali Act. He has no leg to stand on, bro. They didn't fight a ranked fighter. He didn't fight a guy in the top 15, or what is it, top 12 it was supposed to be. The guy was ranked like 15th. There was a few issues with the IBF was having with the opponent. The IBF showed up. They totally acted like they were nobodies, put him in the corner, didn't put him on the stage. You know, fuck them. There's rules to holding the belt. If you broke the rule, the belt gets stripped. There is no suing. Never heard of a person suing to get a belt back. It's almost.
I was just going to ask you that. I've heard some people, like, what was it, Roy Jones? I think, did he sue the WBC back in the day or something like that? I don't know if it was a different situation. I'm not sure.
Off the top, I don't remember, bro.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember another case where, number one, it happened. Number two, the boxer won. I don't remember. I mean, every time I hear something like this, I think about appeals to decisions and all that shit, right? Which rarely even goes in that direction. But I can't see how Opetaia has the gall to fucking do this. Like, dude, come on. You know damn well what the fuck you did. You believe the promises that fucking Zuffa promised you, and this is a consequence of that. And really, what you said, he's gonna turn around and is gonna end up suing Zuffa in the near future, because, like, yo, you motherfuckers told me this is the way it's gonna go. The shitty part is that he's really fucked, because, as you said, does he know who he signed with here? Because I can guarantee you this shit is ironclad with Zuffa. You best believe they're protected, because the motherfuckers got some high-paying or high-earning attorneys there. But unfortunately for Opetaia, he's kind of in no man's land right now. He's kind of stuck in the middle here.
As far as the Ali Act revival, I don't know if Ted Cruz is going to be available anytime soon. It seems like we're in a full-blown war with Iran again. All hands are on deck. So I don't know if they're going to have any time for an Ali Act revival hearing, or, you know, it might not be the time. So we'll see how that one goes through. And honestly, I think if they were close to getting their way, would they really be working with Ryan Garcia in the WBC for September if they're about to have the whole thing go in their favor all over again? I honestly,
they're being petty, and they're removing WBC from the poster and like all that shit, right? It just says World Welterweight Championship.
Okay, that's only one poster.
Yeah,
that's out there, and that poster is AI. If you notice, Garcia is not Garcia, and Benn is not Benn. Those aren't even the same. Those aren't even the real fighter. It's kind of douchey that they did that with AI. It really is. Like, you guys, what the fuck, dude? Like, Ryan Garcia is a poster child. You shouldn't have to do an AI picture of him. And Benn looks like fucking Count Dracula. Like, he doesn't even look like Conor Benn. What the hell are they do? His eyebrows are all pointed in the air. I don't know. The WBC is involved. Okay. Yes. It's going to be around his belt. It's going to be announced at the fight. I think Zuffa's doing that because changes aren't coming anytime soon. So they had to start playing ball. They have to get this thing going, right? And they can't just say, oh, we're going to wait until Ted Cruz calls us and tells us it's a go. They can't. So now they're playing ball. I think they're going to continue to play ball until Ted Cruz announces whatever he's going to announce. But I don't see that happening with, dude, didn't they just strike our military base this week, kill 2 more? I believe they killed 2 more soldiers. It's it.
No shit. I know they struck them, but I didn't know they hit us.
Oh, they hit us hard, bro. Like there's men running on the base, and you just see bombs lighted up, dude.
Oh,
like
shit.
People are gone after. It's like, motherfuckers. It fucking 14, I think, total now casualties.
Oh, damn.
So war's coming, right? War is coming. So everything else gets put on hold. Opetaia is going to learn. And unfortunately, I think Zuffa learned through Opetaia. Opetaia needs to see it that way too. Like, maybe it was when the IBF stripped them, then the WBO comes out and says, you know what, fuck it, we don't even want your money. Stay away from our bid. Purse bid. And dude, and that's another thing. The purse bid of Haney versus Davis.
Oh, $200K?
Dude, on the same page, bro.
It's a minimum of $200K.
I know.
But
if I'm the other guys, if I'm on the other side, I would make a phone call. Let's all just go 200. Then you say 225, you say 235, and just get Haney all pissed off. Hey, Haney's will be so mad. Yeah. I was shocked when I heard, what the fuck? That's what it starts. I hope I win the lotto. I'll at least throw a bid in. What the hell?
Do you? Yeah, it's like Mad Boxing Promotions. We're in it, baby. We're in it. Like, is that the banquet hall over there open? Can we just put that fight there?
I'll be like that IVR guy. The biggest fight ever, 300,000 in San Francisco. The fuck?
It'll be outdoors because we can't rent an arena right now. We're just gonna rent a ring and some bleachers and call it a day because no fucking arena is renting out to us. They're like, oh, what do you need this quinceañera arena? Like, just if you guys hold quinceañeras here, this ballroom, we'll put it there.
I was shocked on that, Miguel. 200,000 starting. I was like, wow, that's gonna get.
Do you think the WBO did it on purpose?
I don't know. And if I'm Eddie Hearn and De La Hoya and them, I might fuck with them a little and stay low for a while until we have to go big. But how can it go? Look, we've seen Haney's fights only reach the few, 2 million, 3 million. How can a fight that starts at 200K reach $16 million?
It will not.
It will not, right? They better sign that $100 million check soon.
Right. Officially and announce it.
Yeah, because if they do have to go through with the Davis fight, bro, that's not going to be a money maker either. That's Brian Norman. I love Keyshawn, right? Yeah, Keyshawn. Yeah. I love Keyshawn. He's a great fighter. He's got a future. That's a little too fast. Going with Haney for a primetime fight, they're not there yet. They're not ready to sell $1,000 front row seats, in my opinion. Right? Keyshawn was just fighting in his backyard, like his last fight. They still had him at home. You haven't even got him out of that market yet. To now say, oh no, him and the $16 million guy will sell out. No way. So I like Keyshawn, but I don't like the fight with Devin this early. If it happens, I'm watching, of course. Sure. I'm just saying he seems a little premature to go into that fight right now.
All right. So most likely bad news for Opetaia. I don't think this is going to go anywhere. I'm sure the IBF and the court is going to laugh in his fucking face, be like, no, bro, you fucked up. This is your signature right here. It ain't going any further than that. We'll keep you updated to see if anything happens between now and whenever, because that looks like this was filed on the 14th of this month. But again, with everything else going on in the world, I don't know how quickly they'll get to this here, but it looks like Opetaia's kind of shattered luck on this one.
Do you think he'll take the moment as the co-main event to express his feelings about the belt situation with Zuffa on the microphone.
to voice his grievance on the microphone.
Yeah,
Be like, fuck this place. Oh man, a live mic, bro. He'd be like, if you plan to sign with Zuffa, don't fucking do it. They'll fuck you over, especially if you have a belt. Don't do it. Oh boy, they're gonna cut that one. Yeah. I wonder if he'll carry that Zuffa belt into the ring with him.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I'm telling you, Zuffa missed one there. They really did. That would have been the night they could have at least made themselves one of the others. They would have had the WBC there. They would have had the IBF there, and they would have had Zuffa there. Now, WBC is obviously in the main event, but the fact that Opetaia could have been holding the Zuffa with the IBF, that shows they're one, right? That they're in the same ballpark. And then the very next fight, now you have the WBC hanging out there. I really think the Zuffa missed one by cutting us out or cutting them out from their event.
They fucked up. That was the point to point them out, to kick them out, to leave them out, because they said they didn't want to work with them. But now it's backfiring on them. Looking back, they should have been on board with him. Like, all right, boom, 5 belt era, whatever the fuck,
Yeah, they would have been one of the big boys that night.
Sure.
Yep.
Alrighty. Anything else before we move on to the next topic here?
No, sir.
All right. So it looks as though we finally got a date for Canelo and Kristian Mbilli. If you guys remember, this fight was thought to have been going to go down on the 12th of September, which is usually the Mexican Independence Day weekend here in Las Vegas. And for one reason or another, I forget the reason. I'm not even sure if it was even mentioned. The fight was changed, or the date was changed. Probably just to leave, Ryan and fucking Conor to have that date to themselves. Considering Canelo's basically out the door, right? He's only going to be here for a few more years. He's like, fucking go ahead and give him. He's already fighting in Saudi Arabia. It's not like he gives 2 fucks about the date at this point. But it looks like we're going to get Kristian Mbilli and Canelo for October 31st. Yes, that is Halloween. Yes, that is a Saturday. That seems to be what is happening. It hasn't been officially announced by any stretch, but I'm reading on a few different online, websites and social media accounts that it looks like it's going to land on the 31st. Yes, Halloween. Everybody's kind of making a big deal. They're doing these funny, AI posters of Canelo in like Joker makeup and stuff like that, right? It's kind of funny, or maybe it might have been Mbilli. I forget who. But anyway, all right. So it's going to land on 31st. Kind of weird, right? I mean, it isn't exactly common. I remember, let me see here. Leo Santa Cruz and Gervonta Davis was on the 31st, Halloween. I remember David Lemieux and Triple G being on Halloween. These I remember because I was literally watching the fights, ready for it to end so I can go fucking party. I was already decked out. Yeah, I was already decked out in my fucking costume, ready to go fucking party. Thankfully, the fights didn't go the decision, and I was able to do that. This one won't be exactly the same. Why? Because it's going to be in Saudi Arabia, and that means that we're going to get it early in the day here. So it will not interfere with taking your kiddos out trick-or-treating, but it is going to be Saturday morning for those of you who work Saturday mornings, and that'd be kind of a pain in the ass. But all right. Andrew, what do you think about that? 31st of October. We did hear that it was going to be in October, and then even as time went on, that it was going to be late in October. But holy hell, lands right on holiday. Well, our holiday. I don't think Saudi Arabia is into Halloween by any stretch of the imagination. So I don't think they'll deck out the arena in such things. But all right, are you surprised at all that this lands on this year's Halloween?
Very surprised it landed on Halloween. Just not a date associated with the Mexican fan base at all, out of nowhere. Canelo did say why he moved off the date.
Oh, okay.
Blaming family. Says he had a family situation that didn't allow him to get to training on time, so he moved the date. Did not say Ryan, did not say September, anything about September 12th.
Okay,
said it's personal. In the same interview, says he has 3 to 4 more fights left in him. I found that weird. That's kind of that's kind of a long career, bro.
Yeah, that's a fucking title run, homie. What the hell? That's unification right there, dude.
So maybe he's not ready to walk away. You know what I'm saying? 3 or 4 more fights. That's good for us. Still might suck for all the Mexican kids on Halloween if he doesn't win.
Yeah.
If the age has got, look, Miguel, he's been fighting since he was 15. He's 36 now, I want to say. He's had a lot of wars. People have been talking about his motivation, his desire, the fire. McBilly's one of those power punches. It's inside. It just has that fucking Frankie Randall fucking feel to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, where did this dickhead come from? The surgeon. Fuck him. Rest in peace. I'm just talking sports. Rest in peace, Frankie. But he was on coke. I'll never forget it.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I don't think he ever was off coke, quite frankly. But that's Frankie for you.
Yeah. No, but it just has that. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's the one that came up and ended it all, right? We seen Canelo's now on the downside of 36, so he still has a chance to ruin Halloween for a lot of kids because Dad's gonna be pissed. Dad's gonna be on his phone while kids are trick or treating, talking. Did he really lose this fight?
Yeah. It's like, I fucking told him not to fight against the Mbilli motherfucker, and he didn't fucking listen. God damn it. Like, Dad, can we still go trick or treat? Say, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Hurry the fuck up. Go across the street.
Yeah. Fuck. Like, hurry the fuck up already. Like, you see the doors open. Go get the damn candy. Shit. Like, Dad, relax. All the neighbors are like, sir, Mr. Lopes, are you okay? Everything all right there? And it's like, just say, look, give him the fucking candy, please. We can go. Damn. It's like, it's Mbilli. Yeah, so you know, it won't happen. It will happen in the morning, right? It's not like it's gonna happen later on in the evening, but it's not gonna interfere with anything that besides maybe our attitudes if it doesn't go that direction. Now, just to make sure that I'm understanding you correctly, Andrew, when you're talking about the Chavez and Frankie Randall example, is that you think like Crawford? So after this loss of Crawford, now it's gonna be all downhill, you think, or is it gonna be this one if he loses this one?
Oh, if he loses this one, it's over.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, if he loses to McBilly, Shiraz is next in Saudi Arabia.
Okay. All right. So looking forward to that. It's still kind of weird that it's October. I think I'm trying to remember other times that Canelo fought. I think he fought in December when he fought Rocky Fielding when he first made the move to DAZN. That's the only other time that I remember him. I mean, of recent, I should say, because I'm sure it has happened before. But anyway. Yeah, so 31st of October is what we're looking at. No official announcement yet, but it seems as though that's what's going to end up happening. Okay, damn, we're kind of going a little long here, so let me go try to get these crack-a-lackin'. It seems, did we, damn it, did we want to talk about the Zuffa card on Sunday? I don't know if we wanted to talk about it or not, because the next topic was just, you know, Beck the Bully, Jaime Munguia, but I don't know.
Yeah, Beck the Bully, Jaime Munguia, I don't like the fight, dude. I want to tell you that. Munguia deserves better than Beck the Bully because that's a tough fight. I don't want Munguia to lose, you know, his first title defense. And not that he will. I'm not saying it's a guarantee he loses. I'm just saying I don't like it. I think he deserves better than Beck the Bully. So that's all I got for that one. We had them both as an opponent for who were we talking about last week?
Pacheco.
Pacheco. Yes, dude. It's a way better fight. Pacheco versus Munguia in LA is way better than Beck the Bully. I hope they do not go with that. I'll DM Oscar as soon as we get done here.
Right, yeah, because you guys are following each other on social media, so I'm sure he'll read that here relatively quickly. But from what
I just broke my pen, damn it! I slapped it on the table and it fucking broke.
This is the attitude that I'm thinking is gonna happen on Halloween. You know, it happens to them. We're like, Dad, did you just break the fucking pen? Like, don't fucking. Why are you looking at me? Yes, the pen will be back. You can find another pen. It's okay. But I just throw this one more here at you. We got the Zuffa card, right? We have, in addition to the fights, I didn't say it at the beginning because I totally fucking forgot. But yeah, looks like we got ZUFFA09 with the Berlanga and Hitchens coming out party, right? Let me see here. Edgar Berlanga versus Stephen Butler and Richardson Hitchens versus Ricardo Salas. That is going to be at the let's see here, Madison Square Garden or the theater at Madison Square Garden. That's going to be like that little arena next to him. Yeah. I guess they call it the Infosys. I guess is specifically what it is. I find it a little strange. Well, no, I guess it makes sense. That they have Berlanga as like the main event. Not a I don't think I don't think he ever won a belt, like an official belt. Hitchens was, and I thought, Hitchens is the better catch. He's the better signee than fucking Berlanga. But they throw Berlanga in there. I get it. It's New York. I'm not sure where Richardson Hitchens is from. Is he from New York too? I'm not sure if he's from New York.
Brooklyn.
He's
from Brooklyn, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I would have figured that one would have been the main event, but they decided to put Berlanga up here at the top against this one Stephen Butler. A couple of other familiar names are going to be on this card. Sergey Derevianchenko, if that name sounds familiar, yes, we remember him from a few fights. Daniel Jacobs, Triple G, etc. Otto Wallin is on this card as well. Those are the ones that come to mind here. Are the ones that pop up as familiar names on this card here. Now, we are hearing some crazy shit about the ticket sales for this one here. I'm sure you got plenty to say on this, Andrew, but from what I'm reading here, it's like the Zuffa is buying the tickets themselves, right? That's what I'm reading. What have you read on your end, or does that make any sense at all? Because I've read some fuckery going on with the ticket sales, but I'm not sure if I get it.
I'm not in that business, but what it sounded like is that they are dictating the pricing of the tickets by they tell everyone they're lower than what they are. Then you go to the website, they're higher. They're just doing some bullshit with the ticket prices. Now they might have purchased them their own and they're doing a second market thing. Look, I think they're making excuses for why the motherfucking thing isn't selling, right?
Sure, of course.
All right, so let's stop with all the bullshit about they're buying their tickets and then charging people $1,000. No, they're not. Mm-hmm. You were telling me you don't think Berlanga has a title or however you worded that. I don't think Berlanga has a significant win, Miguel. You know what Berlanga has? He's the ESPN kid who knocked out 19 guys in a row, 16 guys in a row in the first round. He's still living off of that bullshit. He's never done anything else besides that. So how he made the main event just shows that TKO don't know what they're doing with it. Just because a kid's Puerto Rican, he's pulling the old Al Heyman, get me a Mexican and I'll get a sellout thing. But just because he's Puerto Rican doesn't mean 20,000 Puerto Ricans are showing up to fight to see this kid. You still got to have significant wins. You still got to have this thing called talent. I don't know. Did you see the last fight where, like Miguel just told you 20 minutes ago, he was punching himself more than his opponent? That's what Puerto Rican fight fans remember, right? They remember Oscar's guy telling him how he had fake jewelry on when he did the jewelry test. That's what the Puerto Rican fight fans are remembering about Berlanga. Also, I know we've been talking about it a lot, but didn't he get called out for his broken Spanish, half Spanish? Like he's not even a real Puerto Rican. And I know I say that way too much nowadays, but
Andrew, on the Zuffa poster, there's a Puerto Rican flag next to his name. Doesn't that count? Doesn't that make him Puerto Rican?
We'll see. Hey, we'll see what the fans think. If the fans are there holding up the flags like they do, then maybe it is. But if no one shows up and you're fighting in New York, I don't think you represent shit. So, Hitchens, what I would say about his fans, you got to show up anyways. Don't give me this bullshit. Oh, well, he wasn't the main event. Not going to be too many times you get to see your guy fighting in New York. You might get a good seat because he's not that popular yet. Any fans and friends and family of these two young men should be there on Sunday. It's on Sunday, correct? Yeah, Sunday.
It is. Yes.
Yeah, they should be there because you're not going to get this opportunity again. You know what I'm saying? At least you wouldn't think. You think they're going to grow and eventually be fighting in Saudi Arabia or Las Vegas, and you'll never get to see them at the prices they're asking. So don't give me the bullshit that Hitchens, and I'm not talking to you, I'm talking the boxing world. Don't give me that BS that Hitchens fans didn't show up because he wasn't the main event. He's the co-main event. He's on TV. You're going to be on TV. It's your guy. You show up, you represent. And it'll make Zuffa think twice about maybe putting Berlanga as a main event if they see the co-main event gets more cheering than the main event guy does.
Yeah, and if you guys remember, one of the venues that Eddie Hearn and Matchroom put Berlanga in was that Caribbean or something in fucking Florida. I forget where the hell it's at, but Orlando, Florida, it is, and it's some like super small ballroom. That's just how he fights, right? I mean, that's just kind of it is. It's not some fucking major arena. I was able to find what it is I was trying to spit out earlier. Zuffa accused of promoter shenanigans over ticket sales for Berlanga versus Butler this weekend. Not surprising, but Zuffa just gimmicked the ticket sales for ZUFFA09 Berlanga versus Butler. They pulled half the tickets and then raised the price on the listed tickets. I will present the listings, but with a notice. So this is particular boxing tickets. It's I guess a Facebook account. So do you understand what that means? I mean, when I see gimmicked, I'm like, all right, I think it's
so they cut the venue in half basically, and they're raising the prices. So they're trying to make whoever is going to show up maybe make up for the tickets that aren't being sold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. So
yeah, it doesn't sound good. And it not only does it not sound good, this is supposed to be two of your headliners right here. These guys, Hitchens was just the champ. Berlanga was just in the ring with Shiraz and Canelo. He should be somewhat popular, even though Puerto Rican fight fans are not stupid, dude.
He raps now. Remember? So
yeah,
he raps.
I'm glad he's gotten off that song. It must not have went far because he really has backed off of that song here recently. But yeah, he's far from Canelo and Tito, you know. So not Canelo, excuse me, Cotto and Tito. He's far from that. We'll see how it does. I'm interested. It's weird that it's ZUFFA09 and no media members ever give me any ratings. Where are all you fucking Zuffa fans at? We're in ZUFFA09. You guys gave me.
They're not gonna give you a legit rating. Otherwise, they'll get the credentials pulled.
So
haven't we figured? This is where the current state that this is in.
Man, that's very sad though. It really is. ZUFFA09, and it gets no what is it? No backlash, no beef, no nothing, no heat from the media. Give us something. What is your money have given the sport so far? How many views? What is your UFC fan base giving us, right? You've combined the two sports. Tell me, what do I get? Fuck out of here. I get you taking our tickets away, raising the prices, and then going to tell us that that's why no one showed up.
Right.
I wonder what the tickets were in the beginning. That's a good one. That's why they might have done it too. I wonder what the ticket prices were in the beginning. What if it was only like $40 to get in the door? They still couldn't sell that shit.
No, you think?
I'm just saying to get in the door, you know, not front row.
Right.
But you know, if they seen something like that where they're like, dude, the front row seat was $300 and we sold 10.
Man. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I don't think so. I mean, maybe, but considering number one, it's in New York, right? So the prices are going to generally be higher anyway. Just based off of Zuffa's UFC cards, sometimes their shit is not fucking priced. I mean, it's not cheap, man. Like it has not been cheap for a long time. And if they're going to make this any what is it, a high profile type of event, because it is Berlanga and Hitchens' official Zuffa debut, they weren't going to go cheap to begin with, I don't think, at least. So I don't know. I think I mean, obviously some fuckery going on, right? But you're definitely right. That's the whole point of it. It's making up for the money that they're gonna lose on the tickets or on the seats that they're gonna close off, essentially.
I'm looking it up real fast just to see if it gives us anything of a ballpark.
All right.
Dude, bro, there's no way. Edgar Berlanga ticket prices start about $42 to $66. Bam, baby. Just Google this shit, bro. That was on live, too. I swear to God, I didn't know that was what they were, bro. I swear to you, I didn't know that was what they were. That's their problem. Can you imagine, Miguel, if they don't have a fucking sold out crowd and this is really what they're asking to get in the door, that's your guy? That's your future? Come on, man.
Guys, those are guys. Two dudes. Quote unquote high profile signees.
Okay, ticket price breakdown. Upper level nosebleed seats starting around 42 to 66. Standard admission, mid-level 72 to 84. Man, look this motherfucker up. Average ticket cost is $258. The floor is $400. Didn't I say 3?
Yeah.
Eddie, one of you guys fuckers just call me. Swear, dude. I swear to God, I didn't look that up. But those are great, right?
Just shoot him a text. He'll answer pretty quickly. Just shoot him a text.
Yeah, no, I know. Hey, that's a great ticket prices, man.
Sure. Yeah.
Those are great. That if I could go to that fight, I would go to it. You understand? You're gonna be on TV. Your kid gets to see a TV production. Your grandson, your kid, your nephew, anyway, even you yourself. You get to see. I guess I should say girls too, on your nieces.
I mean.
Yeah. No, my daughter might be the biggest boxing fan out of all my 3 babies. My oldest one, she watches, but my little one might be the biggest boxing fan I have in my house. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. So we'll see how that goes. I'm interested in Sunday. I know we got to end the show. I'm ready to talk. See, you got me fucking got a 2-hour nap, bro.
Riled up. All we had to do is bring up the UFC Dana Zuffa. He's like, no, fuck that shit. I would have taken my fucking family to that shit. Yeah. No, but what a weekend. We got Friday, by the way. Friday. Yeah. If you guys can find it, please let us know. Tyson Fury's fight or exhibition or whatever. If you guys happen to find it, because you best believe we're gonna be looking. That's going down Friday, whenever the hell. I'm not sure. It's not even supposed to be broadcasted anywhere. It's supposed to be filmed for his reality TV show on Netflix. So really, it's not even supposed to be a televised fight kind of thing. But if you can find it, by all means, let us know. Of course, that's happening Friday. Again, I don't know what time because nobody really knows. Saturday, we got 2 fights. We got Anthony Joshua and Prenga in the morning, and then later on in the evening, Tszyu and Errol Spence and ZUFFA09 on Sunday. Holy hell, what a weekend full of fights we got. That means we're going to have plenty to talk about on Sunday. That's what I'm trying to say.
One more time, you guys, you got to get to this fight. They're literally a Ticketmaster has got tickets for $40.65, dude.
Wow.
There's no... Come on, New York. What the fuck? Like, you got to step up. I know, hey, look, I don't like them either, but it's boxing. It's local. It's Prenga. It's Hitchison. They're 2 known fighters. For $40, you get me there. I would go.
And it's a small venue, so really any seat that you get is going to be a pretty solid seat anyway.
These are like cheaper than my local fights over here, dude, and they're no names. You know what I'm saying? That's what kind of throws me off about boxing. So these ticket prices sometimes, like, bro, these were all local dudes. What do you mean it's fucking $100 to get in? It's only $44,
yeah,
man.
It's like I'm gonna try to go into these like no names for $100 and bring a couple of cans of Campbell soup and get a fucking discount for Prenga and Hitchens for crying out loud. Like one of those.
There's so many of them, Miguel. Yeah. There's so many of them, bro.
Oh, so many seats left, you mean?
Yeah. Yeah. There's no reason. I'm at the $60 range now. There's no reason for this fight not to do decent, at least as far as for the TV, you know, to have people there.
Yeah.
That's definitely Guzin would say. I had to give them away for people to get in. We're leaning to one of those nights.
Just imagine you buy your tickets, you get a pretty good seat, you're behind Max Kellerman and be like, hey, quick, get off your fucking knees, Max, get off your knees. You know, catch that on camera, maybe that'll help. Just saying.
Yeah, let's start that trend. Everyone scream that to Max Kellerman.
And then bring a sign. Bring a wrestling sign of him like on his knees or some shit. I can go on forever with this one, but anyway, I think that pretty much concludes everything I'm gonna say. All right.
And for Mark Davis, it's your dad still hates you. Whenever you guys see him, just tell him that. You'll make him cry in the corner. Promise.
Be like, oh, do you know your dad still hates you? I don't know if you didn't know that, but
have a good day.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, by the way, I was told to pass on a message to you. Your pop still hates you.
When my cousin, he called me from like the last game that the Raiders had in Oakland. He's like, I just did it. I was like, I didn't even know. He was like, what? He goes, I just told Mark Davis his dad still hates him. I said, oh, thank you, Joey. Love you, bro. Love you. Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Oh boy. It looks like his barber hates him too from that haircut that I see online. But boy, that guy's something else. All right. I think we got everything that we needed to get in here. Any last minute, anything you want to add to this before we call it a show?
No, great show, bro.
All right, fantastic. We're gonna have plenty to talk about, of course, on Sunday because of all the fights that's going on, reviewing and all that good shit, and seeing what happens with all these fights that are going to be happening this weekend. So until then, Sunday, of course, for my co-host Andrew, don't get it twisted, Lapiche, I am Miguel Antonio Barragan, aka Fight Feed Migs, and this has been the Mad Boxing Show. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you guys on Sunday. Take care. Enjoy the fights. We'll see you then. Take care. Peace.